and Soil Sisters. Today is Saturday and I'm live. It is 9 a.m. ish Saturday morning and it is absolutely beautiful outside. I think it's like 63 degrees, which is very, very comfortable for us. So it's fallish, I guess we can say. If you could be so kind to hit the thumbs up, show us some type of reaction, share us out, whatever it takes for the algorithm to say, oh, they must be pretty cool. We appreciate you for joining us. Hashtag replay. Let us know. What is your weather like this morning? We are coming to the end of hurricane season. I'm so happy about that. But we've been blessed through this hurricane season. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Soil family. No complaints, even though we went through it. I always say some people have really been through it. So we are definitely still praying for those that were affected. Good morning, Sherry. From all the hurricanes, not just Helene, but any hurricane that came through this season and any season, because it takes years to rebuild from these hurricanes. So it's definitely a blessing if we are here on earth today, no matter what. We may have lost it all, lost a lot, whatever the circumstances are. If we are still breathing, we are blessed. So y'all know that this morning we want to talk about health. Hey girl, I see you got that notification. Good morning. I got my kids situated, including my husband. I ain't got them situated. Y'all, my husband been cooking breakfast because we have shifted our diet kind of like a test. And we're going to talk about that. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Glad to see so many people up and at it this morning. I hope y'all going to the, it's fallish and cool in Mississippi. Oh, yeah. Farmers markets today, visiting your local farms to support them. Whew, it's been a busy, busy week. Update on Mama Black. She is doing great. I can't remember what day she went home. Wednesday, I think it was. Whatever morning. I went live real early one morning. Was headed to the hospital to check on Mama Black and see what she was up to. And she was up to it. Let me tell y'all. That lady is so strong. Like, to see somebody as strong as her going through the surgery she went through, I'm like, ooh, child, I thought it was going to be a rough recovery, but she did really, really well. So thank y'all for all the prayers. Bobby was in there like, Mom, why are you moving around so much? Why are you... She was getting it in. We went down to the cafeteria when we came back. Well, we just went for a walk because the cafeteria wasn't open. We came back. She was in the bathroom getting dressed. I said, that lady ready to go. She ready. So prayers work for sure. But, you know, I always say one of those battles that God give us to show us our strength. And she definitely showing out. So the holidays are coming. Her 70th birthday is coming. Mom said she got to get it together. She ain't cooking this year, but she definitely doing good. So as we get older, we start paying more attention to ourselves, I want to say, or things going on with us. Our health is definitely one. And sometimes we need to make drastic changes so we can continue to live and not exist, because we don't want to be miserable. When you hurting, when you sick, you don't feel good, all these things, that tend to make you irritable. And that tend to make life rough for you and your loved ones. So that's the last thing we want to do. So as we get older, we learn from each other. You know, we watched our friend Sandy. I just put the picture back there. We watched our friend Sandy pass away on her 108th birthday, which was a huge blessing to see somebody age so gracefully and then go ahead to her forever home on her 108th birthday. But to see her getting to this 108th year of life and in such a great mood. She did have Alzheimer's, but she was in pretty good shape, you know, health-wise, and just mentally, she was beautiful inside and out. And that always remind me that this is what I want. If God see fit for us to live 100 years, I know some people say, I ain't living that long. We don't have that say so, you know. So what we have to do while we are here is take care of ourselves. So as we age, we can age gracefully, at like our elders did. So to see her do that, it make me think all the time we need to change things. And it's a lot of things that I used to turn my nose up to, like gluten. I'm like, people ain't gluten free. I mean, people are not gluten intolerant. What is that? Never heard of that. People are not allergic to grass. Like, we've never heard of that. People are not allergic to, and it was because I had never seen it growing up. We all played in the same grass. We all ate the same foods. Like, we didn't have special foods for different kids. And let me tell you, we had a neighborhood grandma. She fed the neighborhood. We would eat dinner at grandma's house on certain days, and whatever grandma cooked, that's what we all ate. When we went on picnics, that's what we all ate. Whatever that parent was taking, that's what we ate. But what I do, we do so much research. Bobby and I can take a 6-hour trip. Your granny was that granny. Bobby and I will take a 6-7 hour trip, and I promise y'all, those 6 or 7 hours in the car, we spend researching, listening to podcasts. We want to know what's going on with our health system. And I'm always having those, I learned about this aha moment when I was in Utah. We always get these moments where it's like, oh, that makes sense. Now I understand. So now gluten-free, we careful about our sugar. I know people say sugar is the devil. I say wheat is the devil. And we consume wheat so much. Like, what did y'all have for breakfast this morning? If you've had breakfast. Bobby usually cook breakfast now because all he eats is bacon and eggs. He like his eggs a certain way. I ain't the egg queen, but he'll get up and cook breakfast, and he'll fix me bacon while he cooking his bacon and eggs. Yep, she fed y'all all right. Grannies were the best back in the days. I ain't saying grannies ain't the best now because I'm a granny, but we need to go back to that old school granny. Whew. Life was like life, and life was the life back in the days when we grew up with those old school grannies with them cast iron pans and them swollen knuckles, because you know they had arthritis, but they ain't complain. They just pushed through. Good morning, SoilFamily. Hey, Shawnee. So doing our research, seeing so many things, it made us look at things different. Now, I know most of us say, oh, I can go get a bagel, which is healthier than I don't know what. Or I can get wheat this, or, you know, certain oats and all this different stuff. And it made us do a deep dive into what is going on, because we went from store-bought bread to let's make our own bread. And I made my own desserts all the time. Cut out everything from the store. And I'm talking cereal, crackers, everything. So flour was our thing. Then we quickly realized we cut back on the sugar. We started using more honey, raw sugar, and our flour. And I have wheat flour in there. I have bread flour. I have all-purpose flour, self-rising flour, because I'm always baking something. Pancakes, biscuits, bread, desserts. And we've done better since we made that shift from store-bought to homemade. But then something still isn't quite right. As we get older, things start slowing down. So you're going to start sourdough and gingerbread today. You got it. You got it. Um, the thing with gingerbread, and Bobby said the other day, the sourdough, Bobby said the other day, you need to start a sourdough again. Now that you're not concentrating on making breads and all these desserts, you can focus on the sourdough and not forget about them. Because that's what I kept doing. So now that we've made a transition from store-bought everything to homemade everything, we buying our own flour and all this stuff, we decided, in our research, it's like something still isn't right. So what do we do now? Well, if you do your research, you'll find out that it's the wheat, which is in everything. It's Saturday, and most parents that have younger kids are saying, I ain't getting up early this morning cooking nothing. Them kids better go in there and get them a bowl of cereal. Which, of course, is not the best. But sometimes we'll try to make better decisions and say, let's get something with less sugar in it, which still isn't even good when it comes to breakfast, because we found out it's all in the wheat. All in the wheat. Your order should be on the way, if you ordered before today. And wheat is in everything. Everything. So the best flour, Shawnee, the best flour you want to find is an ancient flour. Some type of, just look up ancient flour, and that's what you want to stick with. So it's an Encron spelt flour. You want to find an ancient flour. Just look up ancient flour, and it'll give you a list of what ancient flours are. And that's what you want to stick to. Something that's not hybridized. So that's the thing with the flour. And the other day somebody said, oh, I use wheat bread because it's better than white bread. Wheat bread is worse than white bread. Even though there's a white wheat, we talking about the brown wheat that most people think, stay away from white, so I go to brown. That's worse than white bread, which is worse than sugar, both of them. So that made us shift gears again. We just wanted to main, exactly. Wheat, the thing with wheat is wheat, God made wheat in its perfect form. But because of man's greed, he wanted more money. How can I produce more wheat to make more money? And that's where it all went wrong. When you alter something that God created, you can't, I always say your arm's too short to box with God. When you try to make something and alter what God made, that's where we mess up. Oh, Bam it. We gonna change that bread. Don't worry about it, Bam. We ain't gonna let you starve. We got you. We got you. So man in the 70s decided, I'm gonna create this hybridized wheat so we can grow a shorter stalk, which won't break, and 10 times more wheat on these plants, which means more money. Even the wheat flour is worse than white wheat or sugar. And it's in everything. Again, cereal, pastas, bread, pretzels, pizza, everything you can think that they use flour for, it's in it, which is majority of our food. So we decided, well, let's look into this and see what's going on here. Hey, Tamara, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Not that we are perfect people, but when we know better, we can do better. And that's where we at now. Learning better so we can do better, and then passing the information on. So some people say, I need to go gluten-free because my doctor said this, that, and that, but they don't really explain it to you. So in 1970, when this man created this hybridized wheat, he started pumping it out. He got a Nobel Peace Prize from it. By the 1990s, it took about 20 years, 15, 20 years for it to end up in everything. Because to man, mainly it was just another great source of wheat because it's cheaper and we can get more. But they wasn't looking at the damage it'll do to people. And you know, things take time. Like we can eat all of the candy we want today. And eventually those cavities gonna start showing up one day. All these issues will start showing up one day. Just because I ate half a pizza tonight don't mean that I'm gonna be fat in the morning when I wake up, or I'm gonna have issues in the morning when I wake up. It happened over time. Inflammation set in, all this weird stuff started happening. So, same thing with the wheat. Started in 1970, got big in 1990. It was in the late 70s. In the 90s, I think he got, did he get a Nobel Peace Prize in the 90s? I think he got it in the 70s. Sure. But he ended up with a Nobel Peace Prize for making this hybridized wheat. They released it to the public, meaning these companies that want to save money and could care less about your health. And now, think about it. Back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, people wasn't as sick as they are now. The 2000s, people have, like, our kids are not safe. We are not safe. The elders are not safe. Everybody getting sick. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, brain fog, dementia, Parkinson's. I mean, hormone imbalance. They say, good morning, babe. He in the kitchen cooking.
Good morning. The thing, when they actually created that, they didn't know that it was an issue, but now they know.
Now they know.
They're not doing nothing.
Yeah. So when they created it, you know, of course, I can't say that he created it and knew that there was an issue. We don't think he knew there was going to be an issue, but now that they know it's an issue, instead of when we go to the doctor and they say, hey, look, you just need to stay away from wheat. Of course, it's all about money. The leading cause of death. Yeah, and it's wheat. Everybody consume wheat. They will tell you, stay away from gluten because it's bloating you. Two things gluten will do. It will bloat you, your body, mostly. You notice it in the belly, and it'll give you brain fog. Most people get brain fog just from eating bread and different things. And it's like that moment when you walk in the kitchen and it's like, what did I come in here for? Okay, whatever. You turn around and leave. That's just a moment where the devil is just like, yeah, let me disrupt this brain and then I'm winning. So that is one thing that the gluten and this wheat is doing to us. It's giving us this brain fog where we can't concentrate, we can't think. And we don't even think about it. It's just like, oh, we say it all the time. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. No, it's actually the wheat that they feeding us in everything. We have changed over to almond flour for now, and getting ready to start milling our own ancient wheat, ancient grains, so that we can make our own bread. I did see somebody say they were using plantain. There are several ways you can make your own flour. Several ways. I suggest y'all look into them and see what's going to work for you, because you have to get away from this wheat. Sadly, like I said, it's in everything. I made a pie crust the other day with almond flour, and it was so simple. Even though I didn't roll it out or anything, I just put it in my pan and filled my pan with it. But it was so good and so simple. 3 ingredients: almond, water, and butter. That simple, you know, and I felt good about feeding that to my family. Is there a quick way to make sourdough starter? Not really, other than purchasing a sourdough starter from somebody. I mean, you know, a starter to get you started from somebody, but it really ain't a quick way. It is time consuming and frustrating because they want you to, yeah, we do grow amaranth. They want you to discard half and then put it back. I know what Thor wants. Thor looking for his chicken. So it is a process, but you can do it. Just you may have to set your alarm so you can remind yourself, because that was my thing. I said I'll remember the sourdough, and then 3 days later, day one I would start it, and 3 days later I forgot all about it. So I'm like, I don't know. So I just left it alone for a little while. But now that it's coming to fall and winter season, you pretty much indoors a little bit more, so you can probably focus on it a little bit better than you can when it's summertime and you're ripping and running. So definitely look into ancient grains. You can get it already milled. You can mill your own. But the hybridized wheat is our worst enemy. And that's one thing we want to stay away from. Again, it is worse than sugar. Wheat bread, brown wheat bread, white wheat bread, and think about what majority of us eat in the morning for breakfast. BLT, a bagel, you might put cream cheese on it or whatever. Cereal. Some people say toast your bread is better for you. It's still the same thing. It's just toasted bread. So now we need to rethink some of the things that we are eating. That'll help with your bloat. That'll help with your brain fog. That'll help with your high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, all these issues, hormone imbalance. We eating it. We eating it all. We also talked about castor oil. Majority of y'all know how my husband and I love castor oil. We are not affiliated with Heritage Store. Did I take you got the bottle back in the room? We are not affiliated with Heritage Store. We just love that brand. And that's not to say that there aren't better brands or other good brands out here. That's just one that we found that we like and we stuck with it. The best rice to eat. What's the best rice to eat, babe? We don't eat rice anymore.
Yeah, we're kind of laid off of that
Yeah.
for now. We do need to do a deeper dive into rice, but we're laying off all that right now.
Yeah, we stopped eating rice a month and a half or so ago, which, hurt my husband's feelings because he is a Southern boy and he loved rice. And we ate a lot of rice because, in the South, most households have a pot of rice every day. We just cut rice out. We just cut it out. Brown rice, I hear black rice is good, and I got a bag of it somewhere. But we just cut rice out just because we need to do more research. Everything is hybridized now, and that's where you go wrong at. When you can find something in its purest form, that's the best. But
yeah, so your main goal is to not eat stuff that's going to spike your insulin.
Carbs and starch. Create starch.
Well, you don't want to
sugar.
spike your insulin too much. You want something that's mellow, slow release, and that actually helps your body. When you keep on trying up your spiking your insulin, you're going to eventually become intolerant of all that stuff. So,
and it'll happen and not even know it.
Yeah, you get a certain age and it'll just hit you, and you don't even know. You'll have, all this inflammation in your body, and your body start doing different things, and then it happens slowly to the point where you don't even know what's going on, and then all of a sudden you got a big problem.
Yeah. So do I take herbs? Yes, I do. We take cayenne pepper every day. That is our energy. That is our look. So no rice for us. Here's a health nut. Yeah. Cayenne pepper is the main one that we take every single day. We do drink things like herbal teas every day, or a lot anyway, which is hawthorn berry, hibiscus, cayenne pepper. We do take a fire cider every day. So it's all herbs. And the fire cider is good to boost your immune system. Bobby doesn't care for it because of the vinegar, and they do have a little bite. I gave the sister a bottle the other day. Her face was like, no, that is not for me.
My sister said she ordered paint oil and magnesium. She can't wait.
Yeah, I think I got her order off to her already. I got a few orders. They just waiting on shampoo ginger.
Okay. How much you need?
About 20.
Yeah, you might want to shut it down.
Bobby said I'm about to sell it all. Castor oil. Castor oil is one of our favorites. That can, the thing with castor oil, and I know some people will say, I don't have any issues, so I don't need this. Most of the time we have issues and don't even know it. That's a blessing and a curse to not feel these issues. Like, it's scary to not feel the issues. Like I used to I could feel when my blood pressure was going up. I could feel it in my head. If I eat something with too much of, especially the wrong salt, I could feel it in my head. So to not feel when your blood pressure going up or not feel when your blood sugar is bouncing all around, it's kind of scary. No, it's scary big time, because that's when, those silent killers, massive heart attack, things we want to stay away from. So I always tell people, drop a couple drops of, we appreciate you. Drop a couple drops of castor oil in your navel and let it work while you sleep. It ain't gonna hurt you. It's God gave us this to stay well. Drop it in your navel. You don't have to drink it, and let it work while you sleeping. You'd be surprised at the healing that go on while you sleeping. Just from a few drops of castor oil. We get a lot of questions about neuropathy. We've used castor oil to heal neuropathy. We've used castor oil to bone spurs, cysts, fibroids, tumors, liver issues, some of everything. Inflammation, legs are feeling hot. So I would rub castor oil on them. If your legs are inflamed, just rub some castor oil on them. You have to do, the thing with herbs is you have to be consistent. First, you got to trust God. You got to be consistent, and you have to be patient. Again, we did not get to where we are overnight. This took time for these ailments to set in. So for us to be able to heal them, which you can, not your doctor, but you can, you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. Stop eating everything that causes inflammation. Yeah, exactly. And cayenne, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, people probably wonder, like, I've been eating rice all my life, and I never had these issues or no problems. But you got to think, because of the flour and it's in everything, we under attack on every front. So everything we eat got this horrible flour that's causing our body to have these issues. And on top of that, you eating the regular stuff that's actually assisting with it. So if you can cut back on all this extra stuff that's in all our foods, then the regular foods like the rice and stuff shouldn't be so bad. Yeah. But how hard is it to cut all that stuff out? Because it's in everything.
Like, it's hard. They make it hard. That's why I always say we all under government assistance. Because they control us through our food, work, health, everything. And like with us, it was, all right, let's cut back some. One day Bobby was like, all right, done. When Bobby can say, I'm done, you can do it. We talking about a full-blown Southern boy who is used to his rice and macaroni and cheese, and y'all know how Southerners eat. Bobby cut it out. You have to weigh it out. Say, what do I love? Does this food mean so much to me to where I could pretty much care less about my life? Or do my life mean more to me to where this food is not important? So you make better choices in what you eat. Like, I've tried Bobby up a couple times. We went to, the barbecue place. And I said, you want some macaroni and cheese? He said, no.
Mm-hmm. But I learned that we can substitute. We can use squash and all that stuff, and it tastes just as good.
Just as good.
Yeah, so we got stuff that we grow that we can actually use to make pasta with, or make pasta substitutes with.
Yeah.
And don't have those issues. I can eat my cheeses because cheeses got healthy fats.
You can eat all the meat and cheese and beans and vegetables that you want.
Yep. All I have to do is cut the pasta out, which is made with this wheat that is causing us all these issues. And you guys, if you do your research, there will be no doubt that whatever you got going on with you is because of the wheat.
The wheat, yes. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for the stars. I appreciate you. Oatmeal is good. That's a good substitute. You can actually make oat flour also. So, and I use my oats to make our granola whenever we want granola. It's good. So, to me, homeless health is much better than average because don't consume the food we eat. Yeah, so like I always say,
you want this bacon?
I get it in a little bit. If we look at how people overseas eat, what burned me up the most is here in the United States, they allow all of the things that are banned in other countries. So people don't even have access to the junk that we have access. That's in all of our foods. If it's so dangerous and other countries have banned these things, why is it legal here? The health care in other countries is free or little to nothing. Meanwhile, we have so many people with no health care coverage because they can't afford it. Either I'm going to pay my bills or I'm going to get his doctor all my money. And which one? I need to live, but I do want to live. So they put us in a hard spot, and you got to figure out, and the same thing with the food. What's important? Now you got to sit and figure out. I saw somebody say potato. White potatoes spike your blood sugar. So you want to stick with something like a sweet potato. A purple potato is good. Yeah, edema around the calves, ankles. So for edema or swelling around the calves and the ankles, you need salt. I got a bag somewhere. You need salt. So not all salts are created equal. When you get that swelling in your legs and your feet and that pooling in your knees, and they want to try to get the fluid out, or you only need salt. It's just that your body, when you consume water, and you probably drink a lot of water, when you drink the water, instead of the water being absorbed in the cells like it should be, it's pooling in your ankles and your feet. Your hands swelling up, all that good stuff swelling up. If you add a little bit of salt to your water every day, it should help absorb this water, go inside your cells instead of pooling or you run into the bathroom. You just need salt. And not any kind of salt, y'all. Let me tell you, these salts are terrible for us. Thank you for the stars. These salts are killer. I got a whole bag of them somewhere. The dogs keep knocking them in the floor because I got them sitting in the hall. These salts are terrible for our system. This, we have found, is the best salt. We even cut out Celtic salt until we can figure out where's this stuff produced, how is it produced, and what are they doing to the salt. We just use real salt. We put this in our water every day. If we need to season our food, I'm going to use this salt, not any other kind of salt. It was so funny because the other day we were in Sam's Club and this lady had 2 big boxes of Morton salt, and she had them sitting on the floor at the register. And Bobby, that's Bobby, y'all, not the dog.
Give me a second.
She's making eggs. When Bobby walked up, he was looking like, what is she doing? And she was having a hard time scanning the salt. I said, hopefully it won't scan because that stuff is killing people. So we got to make better choices in salt. But for that pooling, that's what you need. You need a good salt. And Redmond's, we recommend is a great salt. Add it to your water. It'll help your cells uptake. Look, he doing it up in the kitchen. Bacon and eggs. It'll help your cells uptake that water instead of it pooling or you run into the bathroom. So our body is a well-oiled machine. It should run like one all the time, but because they have allowed and only put all the bad stuff in our face so much, and we have gotten to the point where we feel like we don't have many good choices. We do have good choices. Some of them do take time to do certain things, and we can do it. We just have to put forth the effort to get it done.
So guys, let me add that the fact that, you need all these micronutrients that's no longer available in our foods. Salts help put it back.
Mm-hmm.
Salt alone won't give it all to you, but it will give you a lot of them. So make sure that your micronutrients, magnesium in your foods are very important. You will get a lot of it in real salt, but you also need to eat foods that's high in magnesium, such as some of your vegetables, your nuts. Your nuts are amazing for magnesium.
Yeah.
If you're having pooling, if you get your micronutrients in, you will resolve that problem. Now, guys, how simple is that for a doctor to tell you? You need vitamins.
Yeah.
You need minerals.
Well, they'll tell you that, but they want to prescribe the vitamins to you or prescribe this to you. And the thing is, you don't know what's in this and that.
Yeah.
So if you can get it from a natural, original source, it's better. You better off than taking like your magnesium. We do make a magnesium body butter.
Mm-hmm.
We tell you how you make your own magnesium oil.
Mm-hmm.
But if you eat enough almonds and, like he said, all these nuts and food, they got magnesium in, it'll help you. Yeah. I still say rub that magnesium on your feet at night.
You're gonna need a supplement.
Yeah.
Because for real, so I believe it was
60 something trace minerals.
Yeah, but I think it was only a certain, I forget the percentage of magnesium you need per day. I did mention it on the live one time, but that only provides that much of that on your daily amount of salt that you're supposed to take. After that, you got to eat the rest and you got to apply the rest to get what you need. And as you get older, the more important it is. That's how much you notice it more as you get older. That's why you get the pooling and swollen joints and all this stuff. You got to get that stuff in your body.
And our kids.
Really important. It's probably one of the most important things.
Yeah, even our kids. That's why they say your kids are ADHD and they want to put them on all these different meds, space them out all day. Mm-hmm. It's only because they are lacking in magnesium. So if you rub, I always tell people when they purchase our magnesium body butter, I say rub the bottom of your kids' feet. When they start saying your kids are acting out and all this, they want to kick them out of school and you see them leaning towards the streets and getting in trouble, look, rub those feet so they can calm down. That magnesium will help out a lot.
To see how much is working for you, you probably need to get somebody else to observe you, because
it's hard to notice.
Yeah, you won't notice it in yourself, and then you will stop doing it and lose all those benefits. You will notice it in your kids. If your kids are acting a certain way, you start rubbing them, and then you pay attention.
Yeah,
and you will notice that them having extra magnesium in their body is causing X, Y, and Z, and that's important. Everybody needs to know this, and everybody need to look it up. If you don't want to take our word for it, you need to go ahead and do the research yourself. Yeah, but it's extremely important. And I'm gonna say the help.
Yeah, and we talk about a lot, and especially when it comes to your health, our health, because we are human, and we want to live. We don't want to just exist. So that's why we had these conversations, but because we are not doctors, we don't play doctors, and we can't give medical advice, we always say do your own research, because no two people are the same. These things are just what we need to live. Celtic salt, I saw somebody ask about Celtic salt. We still have Celtic salt, but we don't use it because we're not sure where it comes from. So when you buy your salt, any kind, not just this one. But when you buy our Celtic salt, it should say where it's produced or where's this salt coming from. One pack of Celtic salt can say that it came from France or is produced in France, and one can say is produced in somewhere else. Our Celtic salt say that it came from, it's the salt right there. I can read it to y'all, but anyway, it came from overseas, but it's produced in, or packaged, I want to say it's packaged in North Carolina. So my thing is, what do they do to it before they ship it to North Carolina? And what do they do to it when they get it to North Carolina? I'm not sure. So we haven't been clear on where our Celtic salt is coming from. And we have the blue bag. It comes from North Carolina. But it's imported from somewhere else. And we don't know what's going on with it versus our real salt. This salt is distributed in Utah. It's packaged in Utah. It's mined in Utah. They don't do anything to this. They pull it out of the mine. They crush it up, whether you want fine, if you want a salt rock, if you want kosher salt. They don't leach any of the minerals out of it. So to us, that's a safer salt versus Celtic salt until we can figure out where's Celtic salt really coming from. Like one pack should say the same thing. We shouldn't get 4 or 5 packs and they all say that they are coming from different places. That's kind of weird to us versus all of our Redmond real salt is going to come from Utah. And we've seen the process, so it makes us trust that. This salt here is this salt here. I can grind this brick up and put it in this bag, and it's the exact same thing. They didn't take anything out of it. They didn't add anything to it. All they did was take these chunks that we were happy to bring home. And TSA was like, let me see what's in this bag, because y'all got some big bricks in here. And it was salt. They thought it was hilarious, but I told them we visited a salt mine and we brought home chunks of salt. So that's why we have left the Celtic alone, because you want to know where your products are coming from. What is it going through? What are they doing? So you definitely want to see. For frequent urination. So first you want to make sure your blood sugar is not too high. So that could be this wheat again. Again, this wheat is worse than sugar. Do your research and check it out. But you can also need magnesium or salt. If you get the right amount of salt, I don't have my pocket shaker. I do. If you can, this is enough for a human every day. Yeah, I got a couple bricks analytic. This, you can consume this safely every day. If you consume the correct amount of salt, the urination will stop. So you can take and sprinkle salt in your water every time you get ready to drink another cup of water. Sprinkle a little salt in there, but we put it on our tongue, let it dissolve, and then we drink our water. Raw honey, purple. It has salt. Sat for 2 days in glass jar. Cause okay, Gwen, send me a picture. But yeah, go ahead and strain it and start using it. Talking about the raw honey and onion. It's good for cough and cold. So carry that around in my purse. Yes, yeah. So that's why I like these little pocket shakers, because I got them everywhere. I got them everywhere we go. I got one in my pocketbook. They are amazing. We get a lot of questions about neuropathy. What I did for my neuropathy, and again, no two people are the same, so you do want to do research. For my neuropathy, what I did was I take my castor oil and napkins. This is exactly what I use. And because our napkins are the little half sheet ones, I take a couple napkins, probably like 4, fold them in half, and I pour castor oil on it. And I saturate it nice, and castor oil is thick. I set it on the counter for about 10-15 minutes. I go ahead and sprinkle some cayenne pepper powder on it, and I stick it on the bottom of my foot and put a sock on. And I wear mine overnight. I do it once a month, but I did that for about a week before my neuropathy stopped. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, you sitting in my chair. Thought you had that confiscated my chair.
I know he ain't coming here to see.
Yeah, I was like, you sitting in that spot. Your chair over there.
I moved your chair because it's in the way. Bobby is trying to take over my office, y'all. He come running out of the kitchen to see if I was sitting in his chair. This is my chair. My chair got my rug on the back that my friend gave me from New Mexico. Her village make these rugs. So I put my rug on the back of my chair just so he won't get it twisted now day of the week and say, oh, I thought that was my chair. Bobby tripping. He better cook them eggs. So for fibroids, but let me finish with the neuropathy. So you do that for a couple days, and some people may need it longer than others. But what they'll do is help the blood circulation and decrease the inflammation. Who carry the reddening? So I got a link for reddening where you can order directly from the company, and you can get 15% off. I don't recommend magnesium pill supplements because we don't know what's in them. So we just use a magnesium body butter because we know what's in it.
Oh, babe, let me
Or you can make magnesium oil with magnesium chloride flakes and distilled water. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss. I saw what somebody asked me. Fibroids. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, in reference to remedies, guys, the relight. Do not skip on the relight. That is an amazing supplement. I mean, if you work out, you sweat, you perspire, it is an amazing supplement to give you all the electrolytes that you are losing out of your body. It tastes good. Leave the Gatorade alone, which is nothing but junk.
Throw the Gatorade in the trash.
It does nothing for you.
Y'all, Bobby, we used to buy Gatorade faithfully. The biggest container we could find. And then we were in our feelings when Sam's Club stopped selling it. I'm telling you, it don't be nothing but God. But for months we were going in like, why they ain't got no relight? I mean, no Gatorade. Found that Gatorade. Found that relight.
Pulling Gatorade off the shelves because it's a mess. But the relight has Redmond salt in it with the 60 plus minerals that actually replenish your body from the stuff that is losing. So it is an amazing supplement, and it tastes good to me. I mean, they got all different kind of flavors. I'm thinking I'm digging the pina colada more right now.
What?
Because I done tried a bunch
What?
of them. Yeah, I done switched over.
Pina colada?
Yeah.
Relight.
Yeah.
It's another Redmond product. This is strawberry lemonade. But they do have
You need one of them little packs of what, 8 ounce glass of water?
Yeah.
8 ounce bottle?
8 ounce.
20 ounce.
Is it 20 ounces per pack?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Put it in a bottle of water and shake it up.
16 to 18 ounces of water. So the magnesium Amazon storefront, I ain't posting none of it this morning, y'all. I'm slipping. I don't know, my neighbor's having a yard sale. I think my brain crossed the street. I'm scared to go over there. You're welcome, Linda. Thank you. You get this from Redmond's also. same link, the Redmond Real Salt link. Let me see. What I can do is this is just another one of their products, but like Bobby was saying, he used to use the Gatorade all the time. And all of a sudden, we couldn't find Gatorade, not in Sam's Club. And we would pay $8 or $9 for a huge container of Gatorade. But Walmart sold it. We just refused to pay all that money for it. Yeah, my brain crossed the street, child, at the yard sale. I told Bobby, I said, Lord, I said, babe, your neighbor's having a yard sale. I don't need to go over there. If anything, I need to take some stuff over there. But that won't nothing but God, because we refused to pay the same amount for not even half the amount of Gatorade at Walmart. So we just wouldn't buy it. But once we found out they were banning it because the junk in there, we were like, okay. You need to head over there? Yeah. Hey, bro. But we definitely need salt. I know your doctors will tell you that, and it's salt in these Relight packs. There is salt in there. Again, it's their salt, which is important. I know your doctors will tell you, you got to lay off the salt. Yeah, the Mortons, all of these seasonings, different type of seasonings we buying from the store. The ratio of magnesium. So it's equal parts magnesium chloride flakes to equal parts of distilled water. This is the magnesium we use. You want your chair? Oh, set it up there on top of that. This is the magnesium we use. And we mix, these are just flakes. So we mix this with equal parts distilled water. And your skin will suck that magnesium in. It doesn't leave you oily. It can leave you ashy, but it won't leave you oily. So this is why we make Bobby trying to get to his chair. This is why we make the body butter, because Bobby's body is different from mine. That's what I was talking about when it comes to changing your diet. Let me see that plate. Can y'all see this? This is his breakfast. He got like 3 strips of bacon and a bunch of eggs. That's it.
But I got all the bacon fat inside my eggs.
Yeah. There's a difference in good fat and bad fat. So your doctor will say, oh, you need to cut out fat because your cholesterol high. No, you need to cut out carbs, basically wheat, because your cholesterol is high. Oh, your blood pressure high, you need to cut out salt. No, you need to throw the bull crap away and get you some real salt. It's very few of them. Redmond's is a good one. I'm not just saying that because we're affiliated with them, but you need a salt that has not been tampered with. This is why we cut back on the
We were saying
Celtic.
that before we actually was affiliated with them.
Yeah.
We actually tried really hard to be affiliates of Redmond's because we love the salt.
Yeah.
If you didn't catch the live when we talked about it or the video, at one time salt traded,
Just
equally with gold.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because salt is needed for life. And we talking about good salt. We ain't talking about the salt that out in the store, because
They say,
what
can they
do,
have breakfast too?
all they do is leach all you ain't gonna get none of this one. They leach all the minerals out of it. So a lot of the minerals that you're buying out the store, those supplements, that's what they took out of your salt, and they actually made separate vitamins with them,
Yeah.
so they could sell them to you separately.
Yeah, like that magnesium came out of salt. They just leached that from the salt, and now they got 2 products, salt and magnesium. So
along with the other 60.
Yeah, because your body is lacking in all these nutrients. Then doctors start saying, oh, you need magnesium. Oh, you need calcium. Oh, you need... So you getting this stuff from a separate source, which is just in return making the government more money.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get a good salt, It'll help replenish a lot of those vitamins that we losing every day with all these seasonings and all this different stuff. It's just as good. It's just as good to grow some herbs and make your own seasoning that way. Thank y'all for the stars. I appreciate y'all. Your food would taste so much better. Bobby cooked some ribs yesterday. They were pretty good, and all I used were herbs in them. You can taste the difference, and your body, you can feel the difference. And all we ate last night was ribs. What we did have to do was recognize that we are two different people, so our bodies are completely different. I know most households, you say, I'm gonna cook, and if they don't eat, they won't eat. When I cook, I think about both of us, because Bobby doesn't need starch. Bobby doesn't need potatoes, rice, pasta. So we cut out all of that stuff. My body need a little bit of potatoes or a little bit of starch, but I need to choose my starch wisely. Rather than make rice, pasta, bread, I eat some potatoes. That's the only starch I'll eat, because I've tried to cut out starch totally and it made me sick. So you gotta see how your body gonna react compared to somebody else's body. Well, Bobby thought he needed starch. He was like, I gotta have potatoes because my body just ain't functioning right. Once he cut out everything and only eat meat, beans, seeds, nuts, and vegetables.
Yeah, so I bodybuild most of my life, and so with that comes eating a lot of food. You cannot grow like you need to if you don't eat a lot of food. Now think about me eating a lot of food and the food being bad.
Yeah.
And as time went on, it started affecting your body different. And as you get older, your body can tolerate a lot less. So
yeah,
I have to go ahead and don't use that as an excuse, because Sherry's saying that she need those carbs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I still cut back drastically.
Yeah, but she actually do need it. Doctor says she needed it. You may say, I want this stuff, so I need it.
Mm-hmm.
And try to use it as an excuse to saying that I need it.
Yeah.
You gotta really need it.
I was sick as a dog. I tried keto, so I cut out all of the thank you, Maria. Thank y'all for the stars. Oh, let me see. This thing ain't moving. I cut out all of carbs one time trying to do the keto diet. I was so sick and weak. At first I said, it's just keto flu and it'll pass. It never passed. I ended up in the hospital. My doctor was like, no, that is not going to work for you. It's not for everybody. And that's when I learned that my body do need a little bit of carbs. I just need to pick and choose it wisely. Like we cut out a whole lot. So it's just a small portion of potato that I eat and I'm good, but cutting out all the other junk that thinking, oh, well, let me eat some pasta. Let me eat this. No, it's a whole lot that I can cut out. When it comes to salt, where can I find real spearmint?
Talking about growing it, right?
Yeah. I see it all the time. I see it everywhere.
Oh, she just want to lie. Because it is really easy to grow.
And it's really hard to get rid of. Yeah. We got mint growing everywhere. The ancient grain. So spelt is a good ancient grain, and Encron is a good ancient grain. So just type in ancient grain Reba and they'll pop up. Reba, I see you in these streets, girl. I told Bobby Reba be everywhere. But real salt, Redmond's real salt is the one that we suggest. It's a really good salt.
Hold
and
that
we
up
know
again.
It's pure.
Hold that up again.
This?
Yeah, and let them see it. Guys, if you look at this salt.
Oh, here?
There are colors in there.
It's hard to see because of the light.
Those are the minerals.
Don't knock my coffee over.
Those different colors you see in that rock are all the minerals that most companies leach out of their salt.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ain't got no colors in your salt, if your salt is just plain white, it ain't got nothing in it. It ain't got
nothing in it.
Ain't nothing in it that's gonna help you. All they doing is trying to change the taste of your food or something, but it's not nothing that's gonna benefit you.
Nothing in it but death.
Yeah, and it'll hurt you.
Yes. So yeah, we use almond flour to make everything now. So almond flour is good. I've been playing with a lot of almond flour here lately, and we'll start releasing some videos on what we're doing with our almond flour. But it is, you see the specks in the salt? It has been great for us. Fibroids. I was getting ready to hit on fibroids, and I hope you're still here. Fibroids are near and dear to my heart, even though I had my hysterectomy so long ago, unnecessarily, I want to say, because I did not know what I know today. So I did not give myself time to heal myself. So we are self-healers. We cannot heal you. We can pass along information, and if you read the chat, people will put down information and say things. We are giving each other information that has helped us or a loved one, and we just sharing it. What you have to do with that information is some research and see what's good for you and what'll work for your family or for you and what'll work for your family, because the body is different. So
cutting out the causation on a lot of which is the wheat products.
The wheat, yeah. Making a better choice.
Mm-hmm.
So if I knew years ago before my hysterectomy that I could heal myself with something as simple as castor oil. Now these fibroids and different things are coming from our diet. and the products we use, the soap, hair products, moisturizers, makeup, cleaning supplies. I mean, everything we touch is being absorbed in our skin and it's affecting us in a negative way.
And it's changing our hormones, which also are doing it. So that's why we make
wild yam cream.
Yeah.
So the hormones, what it do is it throw our body off, period. We end up with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, cancer, these fibroids, tumors, cysts, all these different things, boils, dry skin tags, ADHD, mood swings, menopause issues. And this is coming from all of the products that we use that have all these chemicals in it that throw us off. What can put you back in check is, of course, you need something such as wild yam that can bring the hormones back in balance. And you'll have to, I suggest this for men and women every day for the rest of your life. Because there's so much out here that's fighting us to throw our hormones off. And we want to put it back in check. So, what? You just got up, Karen? What time is it? Karen be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't believe the sun didn't wake you up a couple hours ago. Good morning, Karen. Wild yam. Wild yam is the natural replacement to hormone replacement therapy. Good, Tracy. If you've purchased our wild yam cream, give them some reviews. Give us a review. Make sure you go to our website, leave a review. Y'all read those reviews. Wild yam can change your life without all the harmful chemicals. And wild yam can change your life compared to what? Oh, it's 7 a.m. Where you at? I am. Oh, okay. It's 7 a.m. I don't know what time it is here. It was like 10 something, I think.
Yeah, so guys, I want y'all to actually look at those reviews, man. I mean, people have been saying it takes up to a year to get those results, but people have been telling us within
a few
weeks or two that they've been getting major results, right? You have. I have sent my story about my castor oil journey, about what's happening to me. Now I'm amazed at what's going on. I'm telling you, the testimonies are amazing. Mm-hmm. So to keep things like your fibroids in check, what does, I'm gonna read to y'all right quick what hormone imbalance look like that we think it's just living, getting older, and this is life. And hormone imbalance can look like
hair loss, weight gain, acne, fatigue, infertility, irregular cycles, hot flash, sleep issues, fibroids, early cycles as early as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's too early. Our cycle shouldn't start until we're around 16, but the hormones are off even that young. Cyst in the ovaries, low sperm count. This is for men and women. Polyps, depression, ED or erectile dysfunction, heavy cycles, skin tags, dry skin, vaginal dryness, painful cycles, headaches, cancer, tension, thyroid issues, prostate issues, and heart disease.
She might want to know how long does the wild yam last.
You mean the jar? This jar is good for about 9 months. We don't put any water in it, so it typically won't go rancid because those hot flashes, it's just a hormone
I'm
imbalance.
assuming she asking how long would that bottle last her using it daily? Well, 3 weeks out of the month.
Well, so the thing with wild yam, men can use it every day. So Bobby and I use this bottle every single day like we should. I would use it 3 weeks out of the month, and then I would take a break. This bottle would probably last us 6 to 9 months because we are human and we do have days where, I forgot my wild yam. Even though I try not to have those days, we do forget. So it'll last us a good little while because you're only using a pea-size amount. Twice a day for women, 1 time a day for men.
Now, some people use more.
Like Andale Homestead.
Yeah, if you got other issues, wild yam, well, we found out it helps with other
So
stuff
many
too.
things.
Yeah.
Shingles, psoriatic arthritis, and they'll use wild yam like lotion. And she said because she feels so much better using wild yam, she just use it like lotion. She said, I just rub it up. She said, every time I go to the bathroom, my wild yam sitting on the sink and I'm rubbing. But that has got her off of her steroids, her arthritis medicine. She doesn't take injections. She don't get these infusions anymore for her arthritis. And she used wild yam. She do have a calendula oil also that she used for her skin issues. That's amazing. So you'd be surprised at what wild yam cream can do. Now the doctor will tell you that you need hormone replacement. Wild yam is the main ingredient that man came along and fluffed up to make money. When it should be something simple that God provided and natural. So you need that to keep those my age, 88, use the wild yam. Marilyn, I'm so proud of you.
And that's
88 and you in the chat?
Mm-hmm. We use
So
whole products, food products. We don't use extracts.
No,
none of that
we
stuff.
don't use extracts. We don't make teas. We infuse our herbs with castor oil because it's the deepest penetrating oil.
Yep.
So Andale, if you go to Andale Homestead page, she constantly talking about when she live. She constantly talking about the wild yam cream and how it's helped her arthritis. She went from not being able to hold a cup or open a bottle, and we talking
work in the garden.
Yeah, working in the garden, working anywhere. She went from months, 7, 8, 9 months of being in pain and her old lady naps, and she was just not feeling it at all. She started using a wild yam. She said it took about 3 days, and all of a sudden she could move her fingers, and now you can see her doing things like helping out with supply drives for the people in Western North Carolina working in a garden. She back to canning again. It's amazing.
So Antoinette,
at your age, Marilyn. We all have hormones. They get out of whack because of the things we eat and life itself. So yeah, I know a lot of people say they don't have hormones. I know eventually the hormones are off whack. They just doing wonky things and they make you feel like that's just me getting older. Hormone imbalance is real and it resides in all of us. So that will definitely help you in so many ways.
Yeah.
I have to take hormone replacement because my thyroid was removed. Will it still help? Absolutely. And that's what, it's just a natural um, hormone replacement. Instead of taking the hormone replacement, this would be a natural way of taking it. But it won't hurt you. Herbs don't hurt you. Herbs are here to service you, and they are gifts from God to service.
So that what Antoinette said. She said she bought it for her daughter, but they're scared to use it. If you're feeling great, should you take it? Wild yam.
Yes, I feel great.
It is a herb. Herbs only fix when there's a problem.
Yes, I feel great, but I still take my wild yam because we need them so that we can continue to feel great. So it doesn't, it's just like, I don't want to wait until I get sick and then I need to try to fight this sickness. I want to always stay on top of it. So this is why I take things like fire cider, because I don't want to, oh, there go Andale. Hey, you too. Hey, Andale.
Hey, Andale.
Somebody just asked how to get to your website. Girl, I wanted to snatch out somebody's hair, and since I've been using wild yam, my poor husband and son are so happy. So that's the thing. That's the big thing. Bobby always talk about how the family is disrupted when the hormones get out of whack as we age. If we had something like wild yam cream, hey, my Bobby, our family can deal with us. You can be with your husband or wife for 40 or 50 years, 60 years, and all of a sudden one day it's like, I don't even like her. Or she like, I don't like him no more. What? Like, no. And you file for divorce. It's just your hormones.
Exactly.
So if you had something to bring those hormones back in check, life would be so much better. Y'all can grow old together. All you got to do is build him a little dog house. No, I'm just playing. You'll learn that it's just the hormones. My hormones are telling me that we can't do this. So to be able to use the wild yam, all you do twice a day for women. I rub it on my neck, just a pea-sized amount on the neck. Next time when you come back, rub some on your wrist in the evening. The next morning, you can rub it on your belly. Then you can go to your breasts and your inner thighs. So you want to rotate. And if you look on the website, we have a pamphlet with the directions of all of our products. So you want to rotate the neck, the wrist, the breast, the belly, and the thighs. Yes, I can testify in this wild yam cream, it's changed my world. So yeah, Andale always talking about, I was trying to tell him, Andale, how not only arthritis for Andale, but a family member had shingles, and she rubbed wild yam on the shingles, and they dried up and went away. So he don't have that problem. Good to go. Bobby's mom is doing great. Bobby was fussing at his mom. He was like, he wasn't fussing at her, but he was like, Mom, how you moving around so much? She was looking out of the window and come out the bathroom and swing the door behind her. He said, you come swinging out that bathroom like you ain't just have surgery. I'm telling you.
Guys, I want y'all to ask yourself
a
real simple, common sense, question. If I've been with somebody for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years, why can't I stand them now?
Yeah, well, all of a sudden.
Yeah, because who you are is based off of who that person is. So y'all have developed and grew together. Now all of a sudden you can't stand who he is or who she is
and what they do
when that's what they've been doing for all this time. That is your hormones. Why you think it's them, is you. It's just you being intolerant and your hormones going crazy, so therefore you can't tolerate the stuff that you generally should be able to.
I'm telling you, that wild yam, like they say it can take up to a year to work. Majority of our customers say that within 2 weeks, it started working.
And everybody's different.
Don't even realize, it's like our pain away.
Mm-hmm.
We are constantly rubbing people down with the pain away to help them help alleviate pain. And it's just like pain. You rub that pain away on, and if you're not sitting there waiting, and you just go on, and all of a sudden you'll start moving around, doing stuff, and then later on it's like, wait a minute, what happened to my knee pain?
Yeah, sometimes people got to ask you, are you hurting anymore?
Yeah,
And then
and it's
you be
like, oh, I forgot.
yeah.
So it's the same way with the wild yam. You may be so mad, or emotional, or whatever you got going on. Using that wild yam, all of a sudden the things that would make you mad a couple days ago, you just like, oh,
I ain't even tripping off of that.
Oh, okay.
That's silly. Who was that? Was that Celeste who said that they cried every day?
She said, I'm so emotional when she first came in the chat. She said, I'm so emotional. What can I use? And I told her, it's just your hormones are off. I said, you can try the wild yam and see if it'll help you, but it's just your hormones. That's what's making you emotional. And she bought the wild yam, and y'all see her in the chat on Facebook side. She said, the wild yam worked the first day, I promise you. I could not believe it. I could feel myself feeling less angry. I'm serious. Yeah, and we got that a lot. She was like, stayed in our inbox. She was like, oh my God, I have not cried in a couple days. Mm-hmm. I don't even feel emotional. And that's what it is. It's just our hormones are off.
Yes, I think it was Celeste. Or it could have been somebody else said they cried every day.
Every day.
And now they on their third day not crying. And they said that's amazing.
So what you need for neuropathy is castor oil and cayenne. You can use pain away oil, which I'm working on we have a pain away oil. You can use this for neuropathy, but if you don't have our pain away oil, put your castor oil on a napkin, sprinkle some cayenne powder, and stick it on the bottom of your foot so it can help get that circulation going again.
Hey, let me tell you guys, we did a lot of our research on our pain away oil on the issues my wife had and other people, family members. I never really had to use it, but last night.
Oh, he needed it.
Yeah, because I think I tweaked something in the gym in my back a little bit, and I don't know, for whatever reason, it's been the last 3 days, and my back was feeling a little tense. I got to get up and I got to move it around to get it loosened up some. So last night I just finally told my wife to go ahead and rub me down with some pain away oil, and I'm laying in bed, and of course, because it's going to be my first time actually trying it, I paid attention. And after she rubbed me down, I laid there. Then I just got up and I twitched a little bit. I'm like,
he got up.
That's
like,
crazy.
He got up like his back was still hurting. Yeah. So after I rubbed him down, I went, washed my hands, and I came back. Well, first, whatever I had left, I rubbed it on my hip. And because I try not to waste any. So whatever I had left, I rubbed it on my hip, went, washed my hands, and I came back, and he was getting up. But he was getting up like he was trying to be careful. Then he didn't say anything, and I said, oh, yeah, that back. He went on to sleep. I said his back isn't hurting. And that's the thing. You don't even realize it. Now, no two people are the same again. So if you...
I think it was just something might have been a little bit inflamed in my back.
Yeah.
And it just took the inflammation down.
Yeah.
Because, like, I get up. Like, say I'm not in pain. But when I get up and I can feel my back tighten up and I had to twist around a little bit just to get it loosened up.
So, and
every time I sat down for a while, it felt that way.
What I did was I ran him a bath with magnesium flakes, and I did put some Epsom salt in it. I should have did a detox for him, but I didn't.
But that didn't help.
That's after that he said, I need some pain away on my back. So I said, oh, his back hurting him. And after that, he went on to sleep this morning. He said nothing at all about his back or nothing. So some people, the pain away is amazing for pain in so many ways. Broke said he gonna get his wife some. Look, tell her call me, Broke. Tell her call me. She must have ate your chicken, the biggest piece.
Yeah. You talking about the yam cream?
The yam cream.
Guys, let me tell you the difference in what the yam cream does for you. Like somebody cutting you off on traffic and it just raging you out. or something happened at the job and you just pissed off the high heavens, and then get on the paint away all, and then you start looking at the wild yam, and you like, man, that's people could be so silly. You know what I mean? Oh, this person must be having a bad day. Like they need to lighten up some because all they're doing is making themselves miserable. These are the difference in the thoughts that you have when your hormones are right.
Yes.
You know, a lot of guys think that, you know, some guy that want to fight all the time is always aggressive is being a man. That is not being a man.
No.
Men are usually logical. They make decisions based off of what makes sense, not off of emotions. So if you overly emotional, these are the guys that want to fight all the time.
You need some wild yam.
Or want to, you know, off somebody. You know, those are people who got hormone issues. And if they was having their hormones intact, they'd be like, yeah, this guy's silly. You know, it must be miserable. Their life must be bad because ain't no way I'm finna throw the rest of my life away in prison.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with this stupidness.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, when you are sick or in pain, going through things that make life hard, you know. That make Kim. I ain't got no bacon cream, but look,
we say bacon cream.
I got bacon. Can you believe it? Kim Mills.
Oh yeah,
the bacon queen, the bacon lady, not the baconator. The bacon lady. Our products, somebody asked how much was, I think, the wild yam. Our products, they typically run around $23 at the most, I think. $23, that includes shipping.
Was it
23 for the pain away. That includes shipping. Tracy laughing. They are 2-ounce containers or jars or whichever one. I'm not sure if you were asking about the pain away, the wild yam, but shipping is free. We try to keep them, we try to keep them affordable because we want people to feel better. And we try to encourage people to at least try it because 9 times out of 10, you don't need synthetics to heal yourself. We just need better choice in things and to be careful. If you have had breast cancer, can you use wild yam? Yes, absolutely, and that will definitely keep cancer at bay also. You know, we eat cancer all the time. It's in our foods, it's in our products that we use. I tell people all the time, if I had to fight that battle, I would fight it naturally. I would not mess with these doctors and their antics, but I would fight it naturally. And yes, you need a wild yam cream to keep your hormones in balance because that's what created this breast cancer from the jump. Your hormones got out of whack and allowed the devil to come in and do his thing. So yeah, for the hot flashes, most definitely will help, but it'll help keep that cancer in its place also as you age. So my 8-year-old daughter has anxiety, trying to figure out what can be used. Magnesium body butter. I always tell people when we have anxiety, it's just our magnesium. Because we are deficient in magnesium. Facebook trying to reconnect. Because we are deficient in magnesium, it can cause things like anxiety. Even in kids, the magnesium is good for kids. They'll rather put our kids on some type of medicine to calm them down or to get them to focus. They would rather prescribe you something for them. I say try them with magnesium or magnesium body butter on especially the bottom of their feet. All of your kids, yourself, especially at bedtime, you'll see a huge difference once you get that magnesium level up. Let's see. My husband said he is going to do my stocking stuffer with wild yam cream. I know that's right. Tell him, hook you up. I'm sure you won't run out for a while. Been using castor oil and cayenne pepper for a month now, but after 2 weeks, I called my daughter because I thought I was dreaming. I had no pain. I hurt every day. I'm telling you, we got to give it time. They are giving me meds for hormones because my cancer was caused by hormones.
Mm-hmm.
If I understood right, yes, basically, um, when the body, so our body should run like a well-oiled machine. God created us in perfect form. Um, he also created the body to heal itself. My brother just had surgery, and he was talking about how the doctor was saying, what was it, some type of tentacles or something attached to his intestines, because the body was basically trying to heal or fix itself. And soon as they put this stent in, which, I got my thing about foreign objects in the body. I know sometimes we need it. In his case, he needed it. But because the body was trying to work at healing itself, it just didn't have the right condition. When they put the stent in, they said it was like these hands were releasing themselves, like, okay, we healing, we good. So the body can heal itself. We just got to give it the right condition. We have to find what the right condition is for us, but definitely stuff like this wheat, a lot of the things we eat and drink, y'all, these chemicals we putting on our body, a lot of this stuff, like I was doing research on these seasonings that I was going crazy buying, and it would say that it was good, like the silicone dioxide. You can consume a certain amount of silicone dioxide and it won't hurt the body, even though it's harmful to the body in large quantities. What is that? So if I eat too much of this seasoning, it can cause cancer, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, all these issues. What's too much? Because if I'm putting it on my chicken, I'm putting it in my mashed potatoes, I'm putting it in my broccoli, I'm putting it in all this stuff, sprinkle a little bit in my bread because I made my own bread. What's too much? And I'm going to eat this breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. Just a little bit, sprinkled everywhere, here and there. And it's causing issues in our body. That I don't understand. So we have to start reading these labels, not counting calories, reading labels to see what is this junk that they putting in this food. That will encourage you to, let me grow something. I can grow something so I can make things better for myself and my family.
Yeah, so, I mean, your body is designed to heal itself. If you keep the obstacles out of its way, we need to eat. And our food should have the necessary stuff to benefit our body. It shouldn't have these chemicals that's designed for our body not to operate like they're supposed to.
And Dale said, I use the pain away oil so much I can't even read the label. No, I can't read my label neither. Bobby always like, which one is this? I can just look at it and tell.
Yeah, so guys, just make sure you put the stuff in your body that your body needs. Find out what those are. If you read something on the label and you can't tell what the world that is, it's probably not good for you.
Yeah.
Man cannot substitute what God has provided for us. And if you leave those foreign objects out of your body is going to try to fix itself.
Yep.
So you have to think of it like that. Anything just like putting, dirt inside your oil. Yeah, that's going to tear up your motor eventually. What I mean? So keep the dirt out of there and let the oil do its job, and it's going to actually run like a good machine.
So wild yam is a root. We actually grow wild yam. It's actually a wild root. If you know what you're looking at, it's like any herb. If you know what you're looking at, you can actually forage for wild yam. But
yeah, it's not a potato.
Yeah, it's not a potato.
Like my mama
it's not fleshy. Yeah, it's a root. It's like tree. Root, so it's really thick and hard.
Can't eat it. Like if you do some research on it, you probably gonna see edible yam, but that is not what we're talking about. We're talking about a municipal herb. Medicinal. There you go. Medicinal. Herb.
Yeah, he had me thinking that. What?
You correct me with the wrong word.
Yeah. So let me see, because I see ratio for oil and pepper. So when you use the oil, it's really not a ratio, but use a good amount of oil and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Just sprinkle a little bit on there. Start off light at first to see how your skin. We've never had an issue. If you want to, you can order cayenne salve and just rub that. But you can absolutely do it yourself. Just give it time to soak in before you stick it on the bottom of your foot and wear it for a little while. I was prescribed blood pressure pills. Cayenne pepper does work. Yep. I'm telling you, it does work. You might need a little beet juice with that cayenne pepper, but they'll help regulate your blood pressure without the junk.
Yeah, you can take it
for diabetes. Yeah, you may have to take it between 1 and 3 times a day. So that's where you gotta judge for yourself and know what your blood pressure is and what you need to do. Hey, Ronnie, I'm like your mom. I thought, wow, yeah, it was a potato too. Yeah. She was like, let's just mash it up. It's a potato. No. No, Mom. So diabetes, you can reverse diabetes.
As long as you ain't got a pancreas issue. Right?
Long as you don't have a damaged pancreas or something, you can. So the other day when we talked about diabetes, I talked about my mom. Mom had surgery. She had an enlarged pancreas, so they removed part of it, which made her insulin dependent. Now, she can still control her blood sugar, which she is very aware of at her age. She still know that if I eat this, because what I didn't know is Mom ate a whole bag and a half of candy before we got to Virginia the other day. But she told Bobby that she ate all this candy. And she knew I ate this candy. Now my blood sugar is out of whack. Because she called and the only thing she told me, we were almost at her house. She said, y'all get y'all something to eat because I ain't going nowhere. That was it. But when we got there, her freestyle was beeping and she said, oh, but she went and laid down. So Mom know how to regulate her blood sugar, even though she still need insulin. She know what to stay away from. She just bad sometimes. And I don't fuss at her because she know. One thing I did tell her, I said, those substitute sugars, because I saw a big bag of Splenda in her kitchen, and I said I ain't gonna go crazy, because I used to go crazy, just throw stuff away. I said I ain't gonna drive her crazy with that this trip. But I said that stuff. She said I don't use that. I bought it and I don't like it. I don't use it. I said, yeah, stay away from those substitute sugars. If you're gonna use sugar, just use raw cane sugar, not stevia, unless you grow stevia, but not these Splendas and low whatever sweet. I don't know what they call. Don't use those substitutes.
Yeah, we grow it, and I have no idea how they make it white, because ours is green.
Yeah, it's green. So even the stevia in the store
is white.
It's
so they
weird.
Obviously bleaching it something.
So stay away from those tampered with, or whatever they call them, substitute sugars. They are the worst. They are the worst for us. You better off using. Then he had a stroke. Even with the control your diet, even with that's have damage to the pancreas. You can't reverse that. That's just there, but you still need to treat yourself right. Be kind to yourself. Now, if you have type 1 or type 2 diabetes, which is hereditary, lifestyle type of diabetes, you can definitely reverse that. It's called diet. You do have to exercise, but make great decisions. We cut out carbs fully for about a good 2 or 3 weeks. And all we eat is cocoa soup, meat, cheese, nuts, seeds, and healthy fats. That's it. You can do this, and you may have to. So you don't feel like you're punishing yourself for the rest of your life, because we are human. We like to eat. Walking is best for diabetic. Yeah, you got to get out and exercise. You got to move. Even if you don't go outside, walk around the house, move around the house. Take that cayenne pepper in the morning, you going to move around. To reverse diabetes, especially when it's a lifestyle, when it's a lifestyle diabetes and not something from a damaged pancreas, you want to control your diet and do that for at least 60 to 90 days to get your A1C down, your blood sugar back in check, and you can do this without medicine. You just have to make right decisions. Cut out a white potato, eat a purple potato, or what is it called? Sweet potato. The yellow, orange sweet potatoes. Cut out the white potato. Cut out rice for a little while. Definitely cut out wheat.
I know brown
All
rice is
wheat.
supposed to be better, but I haven't done a whole lot of research on brown rice.
I say when you're trying to reverse diabetes, just cut everything out. Be very sparingly, very, very careful with honey until you can get your A1C down, get your blood sugar back in check, because you don't want nothing gonna spike you. All these things that'll spike your blood sugar, cut all the sweets, the breads, potato, pastas for a good 90 days. That way you can get that glucose number back down, get your A1C back in check, and then you can start substituting it with different things. Now, almond flour has been really good to us. I made cookies, cake, pie crust, and it tastes really good. At first, I was afraid of the texture, but the texture is good, and
you
the
just
taste
got to
is
learn
good.
how to cook with it because it does have an oil
Yes.
in it. So
Yeah.
you know you don't have
It is
to add
oily.
all those extra oils to it because nuts have oil.
Yeah, it can
And
create a butter.
It's a good oil,
Yeah,
but it is an oil in it. So you got to change the way you cook just a little bit so it can.
yeah. Like the other day when I made pie crust, I did add a stick of butter. It was like 2 cups of almond flour, 1 stick of butter, and then I add a little bit of water, a tiny bit of water. And I was like, I don't even need to add no more water to this because it was already forming. But instead of me rolling it out, I just went on and put it in my baking dish, and I rolled it out there.
Let me tell you
Kim,
something,
I
guys.
tried to give you some, Kim. I couldn't find you.
The using the fats versus the carbs
Mm-hmm.
is a tricky thing because at first you're gonna think that I'm not gonna have no energy. You know, I got to have these carbs. You can absolutely substitute fats, healthy fats.
With those, for those no, you can substitute the carbs for healthy
healthy
fats.
Yeah.
So that's what Bobby did.
Yeah. So with the unsaturated fats. So not the butter that's in a tub, the margarine spread and all that stuff is fake. You need some real butter.
He did, Kel. Kel said, I think Bobby ate the cookies. He did.
Yeah,
I was looking for the cookies the next day because I was going to show them how I made these almond flour cookies. And I was like, well, where are the cookies?
Yeah. I stayed up late that night.
He ate them all. And what I like to do is check our blood sugar level, our glucose. You can buy the little machine from CVS or Walmart or anywhere. Mm-hmm. So we bought a machine just so we could check to see if we getting these spikes. So you can see, even if you're not diabetic, anything that spike your blood sugar level, you want to stay away from it, even if you're not diabetic. And that's what I was doing. We would eat something, wait an hour or so, check our blood sugar. And when I found out Bobby ate all them cookies, I said, I bet you his blood sugar high, because he had no business eating all them cookies. I put real raw sugar in it. I only cut it in half, but I used almond flours. And I did put chocolate chips in it, and they were semi-sweet. I checked his blood sugar, and it was perfect. So I said, oh, well, that's good. I mean, he ate all those cookies, and they were big, because he said, I don't want my cookies that big. I was like, leave me alone. Let me do this right quick and see. Evidently, he ain't mind them big cookies, because he ate them all. So
they were good.
It's just, I called myself making them big, so he would eat one, and then maybe tomorrow eat another one. He ate all 6 before I woke up.
No, that's not how that works.
That's how that worked. It was 6 cookies.
Yeah, it don't work like just because you make them big, I ain't gonna
Yeah,
eat 'em.
yeah. I was thinking if I make them big, he won't eat that many.
Yeah.
But apparently, no, it don't work that way. But it was good. It was gentle on the blood sugar, and that's what we want. Even as non-diabetics, you want something that's not gonna spike you real high and drop you real low. Look, ain't you can't do nothing with these men when it comes to stuff like that. I
My
was like,
husband suffer from cold feet and numbness. What what do you suggest in this is best?
cayenne and castor oil on the bottom of the feet. If you, I'm not sure who that is. If you have our pain away
That's
oil,
Loris Williams.
oh okay. If you have our pain away oil, you can rub that on the bottom of his feet. Or the cayenne and castor oil is good. It's not gonna hurt you. I know a lot of people think, and Andell can attest to this too. Cayenne powder. If you take a quarter teaspoon with a little bit of water of cayenne powder, eventually you're gonna get to the point where you just dump a little bit in the cup, so it's gonna be a little bit more than a quarter teaspoon and a little bit of water. But when you take that first shot of, hey Lisa, cayenne powder and a little bit of water, you're gonna shock yourself. You're gonna be like, oh, because you're gonna look for it to burn your mouth. You'll feel it tingle a little bit, but it doesn't, it's not hot to the point where you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. When I first started the cayenne, the first day I was like, okay, I don't want to take these pills no more, but I got to take this cayenne shot. So I had to psych myself up to get ready to take this shot, and then I took the shot and was like, oh. So that was, Andell, that was when you were going through your ulcers, your ulcer situation. Andell was running to the hospital. She was at the doctor because she was like, this acid reflux, these ulcers, something is like, I don't know what it is. And they ran some tests and they told her it was ulcers. I said, take some cayenne and a little bit of water and drink it. I said, I know it sounds crazy, and most people will say, I can't take cayenne because it's going to flare up my ulcers. Now, you can't take ghost peppers. What is that? Habaneros,
Yeah,
Carolina Reapers, stuff like that. You want to stay away from those hot peppers. But cayenne is a healing pepper. It's a healing herb, and it can heal ulcers, acid reflux, all these different issues, inflammation, all that stuff. So I would definitely take a shot every morning. And it doesn't hurt to rub your feet down when you have neuropathy. If you have the pain away oil, rub that on the bottom of the feet. A little bit go a long way, but it'll help you. Again, you are a self-healer. A quarter teaspoon of cayenne powder to maybe 4 ounces of water. I use about 2 ounces of water. I was in bad shape. I have healed myself with cayenne pepper, yeah. And Andell would say, well, my husband take cayenne every day. I say, yeah. That's why he don't have high blood pressure, no arthritis, no achy joints. And that man running around out there better than me and Bobby put together. But that cayenne is amazing. So you just got to try it. A little bit go a long way. We do have cayenne, a sauce, on our Amazon storefront. It is hard to, you can find cayenne pepper, get an organic one from the grocery store, but it is hard to find cayenne pepper in the whole in the store. We have been from Savannah to South Florida, and not been able to find cayenne.
Find chilies.
You can find chili.
And that's in our area now. It may be different in other places, but
yeah. At least and we stop between Savannah and, I mean, we constantly stop Jacksonville, Orlando, West Palm. We can't never find cayenne. We just look to see if they have it. Even in our Asian market, we looked in there and we can only find chilies. So,
but if you grow anything, grow a cayenne plant. They're pretty easy to grow. They produce a lot of fruit. And I mean, if you ain't growing nothing else, that's definitely something you should be growing.
I was told I can take cinnamon to lower my diabetes, my A1C. My crazy self mixed it with some water and almost choked it down.
Yeah,
that cinnamon is dry. Ooh. You and I both grow our own cayenne pepper now. Yes. Yeah, cayenne it's so easy to grow. You can grow it in a pot, you can grow it in a bucket, but you definitely need it. My son take cayenne every day and is never sick. The simple things. The simple things. I grow my own cayenne this summer and they are still producing. There you go. Hang them things. Somebody brought us talking about a hanger. Come talk for a second. Sit in my hot seat. We'll go over there so they can I need to somebody brought us a hanging thing.
Yeah, guys, with the cayenne pepper, man, it is a really easy plant, and I would say that it should be a gateway plant. You know what I mean? It's that plant that's gonna start you to growing other stuff because you can always use it. Girl. But you can always use it for you and your family members, and it does so much stuff. So you're thinking, oh, I ain't got no issues. Why would I need these cayenne peppers? Guys, you could be having an issue and have no clue that you're having those issues. How about take that cayenne pepper and actually ward off any issues? Because if your body don't need it, it ain't gonna hurt it.
No.
But if it do need it, it's gonna use it to fix whatever issues that you got. Cayenne is an amazing herb.
Yeah. Even issues you don't even realize you have, the cayenne will be like, oh, you need me over here.
That's right.
And it might be just to burn fat. I got plenty of fat to burn. But I'm always like, keep this back in check.
Yeah.
Somebody sent us this. Whoa, wait a minute.
And once you
I
actually
didn't
grow
realize
it,
it was that big.
oh wow, that is pretty cool though.
It's a drying rack.
Okay. You got, hold on. They got floors to it?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. We need that.
I thought it was little. Did you see how it was folded up?
Yeah, so guys, we freeze dry a lot of our herbs, but sometimes the freeze dry be in use. And we got herbs that we need to dry and pick. So if I could just throw it in there
and hang it,
that'd be amazing. Like I just picked some blue butterfly pea yesterday, and I got it in a bowl. Which you don't want to keep herbs like that in a bowl because you don't want it to mold the mildew.
Yeah, and it got air.
But we had so much. We had rosaire inside our freeze dryer, so I got it in there. And if I had that, I could just throw it in there and not even have to worry about it.
Because it's all mesh.
I love that.
Like the top and the bottom is. I mean, this part isn't mesh.
Yeah.
But you hang this.
Where can we put it?
Oh, we're gonna put it somewhere.
Yeah, because I'm gonna hang that from the ceiling somewhere, and we're gonna just throw stuff in there.
The house already looked like a barn, so especially in the winter, we bring all them plants in. I don't mind this thing hanging in my house somewhere. Yeah.
Our house is not a place for guests because it's not one of those kind of houses. We use our house.
I just tell them, "Welcome to the barn."
Yeah, we use our house for everything.
Yeah, so I lost 20 pounds from just doing cayenne and water. Mm-hmm. It give you so much energy. You got one of these, Karen? So
hey, Reba.
To whoever sent this thing, we gonna put this to work. We got some.
Yeah, we do have wild yam cream, Ellery.
The dry.
Go to the website blacktropicalhomestead.com. You can find it there.
So we only use one type of salt, and that's the real salt. And we used to use the Celtic or the Celtic salt and Redmond's. We use Redmond's to pretty much season, and I make a Soleil water. And we use Celtic to put a crystal on our tongue. But we stopped using the Celtic just because we're not sure where is it coming from. We ain't clear on it, like exactly what the process is versus we know what the process is. And we know that they are not taking any of the minerals out of here. If you have real salt, Redmond's real salt, look at your salt. It should look pinkish, and you should have some dark crystals in there. That lets you know that they ain't taking nothing out of this salt. Mm-hmm. Everything is there. They ain't leaching nothing out of this.
Yeah. So what they said, they put it in a series of different pools to pull off the minerals, mm-hmm. and then they sell you what's left. The blank slate, nothing in it, as a table salt. And then they sell off or separate all the minerals and put them into supplements. So our magnesium that we got right there, more likely just came. They just leached it out of the salt.
Out of the salt, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that should have been in your food every time you eat it.
Yeah.
It's
They
separated.
make you bad this way. That's probably Morton. This probably came from Morton salt.
Because they ain't got nothing in it.
Nothing. This lady had 2 big boxes the other day, and she was having a hard time. And I was saying, "Child, leave that. Throw that in the trash."
I hope she putting it in her swimming pool.
She had it sitting beside the trash, beside the trash can on the floor, and then she picked it up, and I was like, "Bobby said, what is she doing with all that salt?" I said, "I was hoping it wasn't gonna scan because she was having a hard time, but she ended up getting it. So hopefully, I don't know what she's doing with it, but yeah."
Cooking some food.
We don't even use
a restaurant
that no kind of salt. Even in our garden, we just go out there and sprinkle some red and real salt out there. So
yeah. So your plants, like we said, salt is needed for life. What humans, plants, and animals. So
yes,
the nutrients in the salt, real salt, is actually the nutrients that you need in your plants also. So if your ground is deficient in the micronutrients, you're not going to grow a healthy, strong plant. And if you don't have a healthy, strong plant, the bugs going to come and devour your plants because they like weak plants.
Yes. Why do certain companies work so hard to devalue our foods? Because they want more money.
Yeah, because they make more money.
You know, it's cheaper to do it this way, and I can make more money if I do it that way. So it's all about money.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with our medical. It's the same way with medical. You know, they do certain things because we can eat your insurance up, and you're gonna still pay this co-payment. So that's money on top of money. It's all fueled by money. So this is why it's important for us to learn and help each other, pass on information, so that we can learn. Somebody shared, I think that was West Gina Cooking, shared a video about oregano oil versus, what is it called? Amoxicillin. Did you see that video on Instagram?
No.
Oregano oil versus amoxicillin. The oregano oil alone outdid amoxicillin by a long shot. Oregano, I can grow oregano. I can't grow amoxicillin. Oregano? So it's just little things. Little things. Your doctor ain't gonna say, "Oh yeah, you just need an antibiotic." Get you some oregano. Make you some oregano oil. Get you some oregano oil. Your doctor gonna say, "You need an antibiotic. I'm gonna prescribe you some amoxicillin." End of the story. 9 times out of 10, that's gonna create issues. Too much of these steroids or antibiotics, they cause other issues.
Yep. Start getting those what you call them? Not yeast infection, but
That too.
yeah. Okay.
Yeast infections. They give you all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So if you do your research, and when they give you amoxicillin, you can be like, "Okay, go home and get you some oregano oil."
Let me tell you what a doctor told me, and I mean I knew it, but she said that all medications derived from a herb. So what they did is they realized a herb actually caused a certain effect to help you out, and then they decided, well, let's make some chemicals that do the same thing as those herbs. Well, as we told you, you can't improve on God, so therefore you're gonna have a side effect for what man actually made. And all you have to do is find that original herb that they decided to try to duplicate, and it will work for you way better than what they designed.
Cola T said, "I got plenty of oregano growing. I'm telling you, sitting on a gold mine."
Yep.
You can season your food with oregano. You can make an oregano oil. You can buy it. The way I take tinctures or oils like oregano, I'll take 3 to 5 drops and put it under the tongue. I let it sit for about 30 seconds or so. It don't taste the greatest, but it don't taste the worst. And I know it's just natural. It's just olive oil and oregano that's been sitting and infusing for a long time. So what I do is I take oregano and put it in a jar and top it with olive oil, and it's just sitting. I'm gonna run and get the jar in a second. I take 3 to 5 drops, put it under the tongue, and if you have come down with something, you need to do that 3 times a day. It's all natural. It's not gonna hurt you. Let me get it.
She got me hopping in and out of her seat like I'm some spring chicken or what. So yeah, guys, just keep in mind, if you're new to our channel, this is the kind of conversations we like to have. It's about growing and actually taking care of yourself, doing it more of a natural, holistic, trying to be more self-sufficient way. All right, so we want to be a service. We actually want to be beneficial to whoever follows us. If you are in a place where you're looking to do things a little better, we are fascinated by all the stuff we find and all the stuff that we learn, and then we try to bring it back to you. And if you receive that information from us better, then you get to learn that information also. You may receive it better from somebody else. But my wife is amazing at giving this information, so we definitely want to spread it so our community can be healthier and happier.
That's his nice way of saying. My wife like to talk a lot.
Oh yeah, she
Then she can go.
She a talk smell.
She like a mama. This is oregano oil. You could just get a teaspoon or half a teaspoon or so. I would take like a half a teaspoon, put it under the tongue, but I just use the dropper and get a little bit. The oregano in it is fine. I don't strain mine because I'm a little lazy. A little bit under the tongue. A couple times a day, you'll be good to go. I like chewing on a couple leaves. Yeah, oregano is good. Learn to cook with it. I was listening to Emma Dupree. Well, I didn't listen to the same video like 50 million times, and she talked about pork, and she said people have gotten away from using herbs like sage. She said sage is what pull the poison or all the bad junk out of the pork. People don't use it anymore. That's dried oregano. I always use dried so I can get all the moisture out of it. It's mixed with olive oil. That's all in here. Olive oil and oregano. Dried oregano, just because I want the water out of it. So it's the little things that we have to go back to. Definitely stay away from those pre-mixed seasonings because they just full of junk. And I always talk about honey and how they mislead you with the label. It's really not a ratio. I just put like half a jar of oregano, and then I filled it up with oil. So I ain't sure exactly how much in there. Always use the honey as my example because when you go in the store, the bottle of the honey usually say honey. That's your ingredient, raw honey. But what they don't tell you is in the United States, they can put 10% of raw honey, and then 90% of it can be bullcrap. But you don't need to know that. All you need to know is this is raw honey, when the truth is it's 10% raw honey, and the rest is high fructose syrup. So you got to be careful when reading labels because labels are misleading. I think it's a crime to be able to sell me a jar of honey and it say raw honey or honey, and it's not raw honey. People will turn to honey because it's healthier and safe for their family, and we need it for our allergies. This is why it's important to know a local farmer, beekeeper to get your honey, because at the stores, 9 times out of 10, you purchasing high fructose syrup.
Oh, thanks, Karen. We always forget to remind people we did write a book. So we do have a book, and there's a lot of information on our book, and you can find out on our website. We are authors, guys.
I know. And this morning when I was in here cleaning up, I said, oh, that's right. We wrote a book.
So you can find it on our website. It's also found where?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, all that good stuff. Walmart, Target. But you can Google blacktropical.com. If you want an autograph copy, you purchase the book through our website at blacktropical.com. If you're not worried about our John Hancock, you can get it at Amazon. It won't be autographed, but the book is amazing. Yes, we will sign it and ship it to you. What's great for high blood pressure? Cayenne pepper. Cayenne powder, 1/4 teaspoon with a little bit of water a couple times a day, depending on your blood pressure, how bad it is. Beet juice does help also, which I don't really like beet juice, but I had to get out of the I don't like stage and do things that's better for my health. Like I got some pickled okra in there. You want to try it?
I mean, we can.
Bobby looked at me like,
unless you want to just do it later on in the kitchen.
We're going to try pickle okra today. I don't know about that. I ain't fond of okra at all, nor eggs. Pickle okra.
I love okra. I just, the pickling part don't sound real appealing.
His mama said, she said, oh, I love them. She might be getting the rest of the job. But we going to see.
And we got, quail eggs?
And we got pickled quail eggs, which we've heard a lot about. Because Shane used to always...
talk about doing it.
Yeah. Ken Folk Farm used to talk about the pickled quail eggs. He was like, oh, man, Bobby, I got to get you some. I'm like, yeah, get him some because I ain't for it. Thank you, Ronnie. We appreciate you. But I go to the feed store to get honey. Yeah, sometimes you can find a good quality local raised honey at some of your stores, and that's the best thing. I like pickled okra and beets. Oh, and beet juice. That's good for your high blood pressure.
I think as long as you don't go to a big box store, you can probably find it. The little local stores probably gonna sell local beekeeper honey. Because big box stores got to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole to actually get that stuff. And they got to be able to supply all chains. There's no beekeepers that can supply all chains. But there's a lot of them that can actually bottle enough to put in a local store and actually get it. So, like
stores like Savannah Bee Company, you got to know what you're doing. I ain't saying don't shop there, but just be careful.
Yeah, we ain't got no definite information, but some people have been talking, so I don't know. But, you go places that, if you got a local owned gas station or convenience store, usually if you don't know the name of that honey and it looks like, it's been produced locally, it probably was.
Yeah, and it should be cloudy.
Trusted. Yeah.
It should be cloudy. A lot of the honey you see, it be so
crystal clear.
Yeah,
no, that's not how honey's supposed to look.
Yeah. Beet leaves also cook up well. So I eat the beet leaves. Oh, Tracy, you deleted it. I eat beet leaves for salad. Now I will eat those. I eat all the leaves off a beet plant, but the beets, yeah. The doctor laughed at my husband. They didn't taste bad though. They didn't taste bad
when we grew them.
Yeah,
we just don't like buying them out the store because they taste
horrible.
Weird.
Yeah. The doctor laughed at my husband for his herbal use. My husband told him it worked. So certain the thing, doctors. Yeah, because my doctor was like, "Yeah, keep doing what you're doing." Because she watches, so she was like, "Yeah, your blood pressure looking good. Let's go ahead and get rid of this medicine." The doctors will laugh at you, even though some of them know.
Yeah.
Because it's all about.
Yeah. And the doctor that, like I was telling y'all, she told me that, hey, my blood pressure is getting there. And she asked me, was I on any meds? And I said, my wife, she's somewhat of an herbalist. So we try to do it in a natural way. She said, hey, stay on the herbs. She said, all medicine derived from plants.
From the plants.
She a doctor and she know this.
Yeah.
And there's other doctors that do know it, and some of them just don't. Because if they're not taught it, they don't actually go no further than trying to find out the information. But some doctors, hey, even though they're not taught it, they actually do their own studies and research and find out what works, and they know it, but they can't necessarily prescribe you herbs.
Yeah.
Because then they can be open to some kind of
Malpractice,
malpractice suit.
And that, again, I learned this aha moment in Utah when I went to my doctor. That might have been a year or so ago, a year and a half ago. And they were putting me in therapy to see if we could work on my back. That was before I healed myself. And he said, one of my doctors said, well, he said, oh my God, I wanted the first time I went in there, he said nothing to me. Like, he was kind of weird, but didn't really say much. The next time I went in there, he said, yeah, I was trying to start a herb garden. And I'm like, why are you talking to me about a tea garden? So as soon as I said, yeah, we grow our own herbs, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, I've been watching y'all. Oh. And then I thought it was going to turn into, when you need this, that, and the third. He said, I'm not going to prescribe you. I know you said your back is hurting, but you already have something that will help your back. What do you make? And I was like, cayenne sal? He said, that's all you need. What I was going to give you got capsaicin in it, and you already got it in your garden. Make it, and use it, and your back will feel better. Right then, I had my aha moment.
And see, that's him not prescribing you or telling you to do that, because then he can be causing himself an issue.
Yep.
So your doctor may know what's best for you, but not going to actually say it, because then you putting their career in jeopardy. Yes. So it's up to you to learn, to do the research, and actually know what's going to be best for you.
Yeah. Doctor was ready to put me on cholesterol medicine. Do not eat grapefruit. I ate grapefruit instead of taking medicine. My cholesterol went down. So yeah, with your cholesterol, it ain't nothing but carbs. It's the wheat. I'm telling y'all, the wheat is the root of majority of our issues. It's the wheat. If you are not using an ancient wheat, which most people do not, they definitely don't use it in this stuff we get out the store, unless you're gonna pay a real expensive price. The difference in the price was like we could get a 25-pound bag of wheat. I mean, just flour for like $8 or $10, $12 or something. But if we get a 25-pound bag of ancient grain flour, it was like $60.
I saw somebody in the chat say they just bought 10 pounds of flour, and I guess, to make bread, they guess they got to take it back.
I would take it back.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, we used to buy 25-pound bags of flour.
We probably got 15 pounds in there
that we just ain't gonna use.
And the thing is, like, we can use
it to make sourdough, though, right?
I don't even want to use that. Okay. The thing is, in life, things are expensive, and it's like, man, I can't afford to keep buying this. What I can't afford to do is pay our medical bills when we get sick. So if we want to stay as healthy as we can, we pay an extra price on the front end, because trust me, that back end paying for it, it ain't fun. It's hard to see your loved ones going through it. It hurt, it bring you down also. I know the prices can be a little expensive. It do take a little more time to do these things, but you will definitely appreciate it on the back end, because 9 times out of 10, your doctor gonna be like, oh, Sandy lived off the land. And at 108, she was in here with her legs crossed, side-eyed Bobby when he walked through the house at 107. Didn't use the bathroom on herself. She wasn't crying of pain. She wasn't irritable. She wasn't mean. She was just living at 107.
So guys, think about this. These ancient grains, the price on them, how much more they cost.
Reba said she growing her ancient grains.
Think about, you think they will be selling it at that price if nobody was buying it? They know that it's a decent amount of the population that's aware of what's going on. And if they want to eat the foods that they've been eating, they're going to have to get this grain.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people in the know. And just the majority of the population don't know. So therefore, you're going to continue to do what you do. And the people that do know, they're going to spend extra money just so their health can be good. You know, if you're living a decent life, you want to be healthy and feeling
Yeah.
good the whole time you're alive.
As we age,
Mhm.
yeah. What's good for gut health? Fermented foods. Fermented foods are good for gut health, and bentonite clay is good for the gut.
Kombucha,
Yeah,
homemade sodas, sourdough breads, all good.
sauerkraut, all that good stuff. Bobby, like, I don't know about the sauerkraut
No,
part,
yeah.
but any fermented foods are good for the gut. And bentonite clay is good for the gut. And we'll go through that whole discussion again because bentonite clay, I got a whole jar of it sitting on the table in the kitchen, already made up just in case. I should have put some on your arm. Um, but we can take it every day, drink some every day.
Yeah, we put to
Ezekiel
keep it in
bread
the
is
refrigerator?
good. Nope.
No.
I just got it sitting on the counter. But you can drink bentonite clay a little bit, a teaspoon of powder, put it in a jar, put 8 ounces of water, 4 ounces of water on top of that, let it sit overnight so that the clay can absorb the water in the morning, mix it up, drink it. That'll help heal your gut. And so many other things.
Yeah, it is excellent for wounds, sores. It's been they showed us videos where people had to have cancer cut out,
Mm-hmm. And they had a hole.
Yeah, and they could not get it to heal. Like they went to the doctors and over, and they could not get that hole to close or heal up. And they did their own research and they used bentonite clay. And you look at that wound, you could barely see a scar. And this is on people that's Caucasian. This on white people, so the scarring on them will be a little different.
Yeah, it's easy to see.
They pretty much took all the scarring off of these things. We done seen people holes in their hand from nails or whatever.
Yeah, he stuck a nail, drove a nail through his
head. Yeah, and healed all this stuff, guys. I mean, amazing. When I tell you, the videos were there where they showed the before and after, and I don't care what kind of surgery or whatever, it's going to be a noticeable scar there, especially if you lighter skinned.
But
I'm talking about this thing. Yeah, this thing actually blend the skin in, and then if you're not staring at it, you're not really seeing the scar. You know, which is crazy to me.
So when you have a cut or open wound or something, and it won't stop bleeding, try to dump some cayenne powder in there. It'll stop that bleed. And then later on, come back with some bentonite clay that you have mixed up, and just pack it on there and let it be. Later on, wash it off, pack some more clay on there. But the cayenne pepper will stop the bleed, and the what? You in Poola? Send me a message, Jam. The cayenne will stop the bleed, and the bentonite clay will heal you up. So, I am from Savannah, Georgia. I'm from Virginia, but I live in Savannah, Georgia. What's up, CJ? Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up for us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, guys. Show some kind of what you call it? Reaction. Now, guys, let me mention this to you also. So some people say that they don't get notified.
What?
Or they don't
Thank
actually.
You, Diane. We appreciate
They
you.
get
Thank
unsubscribed. Take the time to comment, even if you just say hello or hi or that's great or that's not great or whatever. And long as these platforms see you reacting to the channel, they more likely would notify you whenever we go live or.
Jam said, picking up Carrie Heads, and here y'all go. I forget she drive down here for Carrie Heads every now and then. Send me a message, Jam. I'm gonna check it as soon as I get off here. The best coffee to drink.
Jam, I know that name though.
Jamway. Jamway is the chef that cook on Tuesdays, I think it is, on Facebook. I'm drinking coffee. Hey, Cropper. I don't even know a good coffee. A mushroom coffee, they say, is good. The thing with coffee severely dehydrates you. So we don't promote coffee because it's severely dehydrating. But then there are some healing properties in coffee. I can assume mushroom coffee is a good coffee because mushrooms are beneficial. But I don't know if the combination is good. I've heard people say they had to get used to the taste because it's a quiet taste. But we just drinking somebody gifted us Starbucks coffee. I just put it in a percolator at night because I like cold coffee. That's why it sounds like I got ice in it. And unfortunately, I think my husband has turned into a cold coffee.
Yeah. So I got some good information, which I trust the source because this person does research on everything.
Everything. She gotta know why, when, how, and where.
So if you add enough fat to your coffees, it actually helps your body, use it better.
Thank you,
so unlike it sitting there just dehydrating, you actually getting a lot of benefits from the coffee. So
when you add extra fat to it, and that's what we do. We drink. Well, I don't make coffee all the time. This is a weekend treat for us. Sometimes we did have it last week at the hospital. I told Bobby when I was in the waiting room, I said, this waiting room got a big old Starbucks in it. And every time I turned around, the line was so long, and I was like, thank God, because I ain't standing in that line. But then the next day when we went, it wasn't that many people in line, so we got coffee. But we don't drink coffee every day because it is dehydrating. For every cup of coffee you drink, you need to drink 5 more cups of water to rehydrate yourself.
On top of what you already supposed to be.
On top of the 2 quarts or so that you should be drinking anyway. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, fam. Glad to see y'all.
Y'all hit the like button, thumbs up.
So we put we put heavy whipping cream or half and half in our coffee. Most of the time it's heavy cream. Yeah.
Because I want the most fattiest, stuff because my body is actually running off of the fats.
Yeah. So Bobby is on
the carbs out.
High fat, high protein lifestyle. For the most part, this is why we eat so many beans. When I tell y'all I make a pot, and I did do a video, I make a pot of taco soup every week. 2 pots of taco soup because like tomorrow I'll make a big pot of taco soup. By Wednesday I'll be making another pot to get us through the rest of the week. And we can eat it every day. I top it with cheese. Sometimes we have some Fritos. We just started using Fritos. A handful of Fritos. That's it. Serving sizes are important.
Making sure that you use your good seasoning. So we use our own seasoning.
Yes, we use our own.
Mix with some Redmond's real salt.
I put salt in it, but that taco seasoning is taco seasoning. Learning how to make your own seasonings are important because you can cut out all the junk that they putting in them at the store. Now it's okay to buy the garlic powder or something if you don't have
onion powder.
Yeah, if you're not growing your own garlic or onion or basil, or it's okay to buy the seasoning itself already made and then you mix it. But yeah, read those ingredients, but go ahead and mix them to make your own seasoning. And you can make any seasoning, any powdered seasoning you want.
And no, we're not selling no seasoning.
High fat, high protein diet, cookies. Bobby's diet, 100%. Trust me, he can mess up some cookies. Yeah, Jamway, LTD, code. So it's Mondays when you go live? I thought I'd be watching on Tuesdays. I don't know when I'd be watching, but Jamway be cooking in the kitchen. Oh my goodness. Hey, Granny Karma, I've been using your pain away oil and have had amazing results. Good. I've been praying for you, girl. I know life been lifing, but you got this. And I did see somebody ask about apricot seeds for cancer. We don't use apricot seeds. We just drink soursop tea. Soursop tea is amazing. I think I got some here. This is what our tea blends look like. You get 10 bags in here, and one bag, they are individually bagged. One bag can make about 2 or 3 cups of tea. And you can keep that in the refrigerator and reheat it. You don't have to drink them all in one day. But soursop, you have to do your research in soursop. It is better than any treatment you can take for cancer. Now, we do have to remember to clean up our lifestyle when it comes to our soaps, cleaning products, anything our body touching, what we wearing, what we putting in our body, because we need to starve cancer out and kill the cells. So this is what the Soursop will take the cells out, but us starving them by not feeding it certain foods and certain chemicals that we put on our body will definitely take care of that. So, it does take work, but it's our body.
Guys in the back, all these items that you use that's purchased from the store has chemicals in it. Your skin is your biggest organ, and it absorbs all those chemicals, and your body don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
they do feed cancer.
Yeah.
So if you're using all this stuff, if you're having these problems,
we are feeding it.
Yeah, you are feeding it with all this stuff, all these chemicals that's in your foods, these seasonings, these cupcakes, and all the stuff in the store. The lotions you rubbing on your skin, the deodorants that you putting on, all this stuff is feeding those cancers and issues. So I want to make sure y'all heard that. She said it, but I want to make sure y'all heard it. I want to emphasize it.
Yeah. We do a lot, because we trust the store. We trust the store. So we do a lot, but they really don't care. And this is why we have to take control back, because look at our health. I tell Bobby all the time, we make these products, and I've had this conversation with Andell Homestead, because she now make a product that can help heal also. And I told her, she said, I don't know. I was like, girl, sell that, because it's important that we help each other heal. We need to know what we can use to heal, rather than running to the store buying Neosporin or all these other. That stuff is polluting our system. Pain. Who would have known? Most people, they like, I'm not buying that pain away oil. How can that help me? And I'm popping Tylenol or Aleve or aspirin every 6 or 8 hours. Ain't no way a pain or oil gonna help me.
You condition to think that.
That is what they want us to think. That's what they want us to believe. But it can be all natural. What kind of lotion do you use? I'm diabetic. Skin is very dry. Castor oil.
Mm-hmm. We mentioned Andell because we know Andell, and we know that she's going to produce a good product, or she's not going to put it out.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. She got a great product, and she did all the due diligence and made it to where she knows it's going to work. My wife has tried it, and she knows it works.
Yeah,
so
Andell, she went through a lot. Her hands were like cracking and bleeding. So she wouldn't go to the grocery store for months. And I told her, I said, these are, how many people in the world suffer with the same thing? All of these issues, and they feel so alone in it. I said, so when you tell your story, so many people can relate to that. Tell them, what you did. What are you using to help heal it, to help people? I suffer with back pain, like my husband said. He didn't need pain away until last night. And then he was like, well, let me try this pain away and see, because my back hurt. Now he know for sure that, even though he knew, but for me to be able to be bouncing around, he know that this stuff is real. And it's amazing. Will pain away help restless leg syndrome? Yeah, and the magnesium will also. That's what you need. But we do put a little bit of magnesium in our pain away oil. That will definitely help you. I used it myself for a few months. The calendula castor oil has helped me heal me. Absolutely. So that's where you get that from, Andell Homestead, the calendula oil. But it helped heal wounds. And now she able to go and do things. She's not embarrassed about her hands. The scars are there, but they gonna heal over time. But what's not there is those bloody, cracked hands, sore. So, and her biggest fear was, if I go in a store and I pick something up and somebody was sick, and I got these open wounds, she need to wear gloves when she go in the store. But now that the wounds have healed, she feels safer being able to go back in the store. And that's, we all are there. We are sick of hurting. We sick of being sick. We sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we need help. We need healing. We need remedies. I don't want to pacify anymore. And we got to that point. I got tired of pacifying, and I said it's time to stop and reclaim my life. And that's what we did. And that's what we encourage you all to do. Stop and reclaim your life. Trust in God, and you got this. That's doctor suggests my niece have surgery to remove cysts, her ovaries, castor oil. So she need a castor oil pack. And what that is, if you look on our Amazon storefront, castor oil pack is just a pad that you pour castor oil on and you wrap it around her belly, her back, rub her down, tell her rub herself down. Be consistent with that every day.
Give yourself, at least a couple of months, and try to not consume
many chemicals.
Yeah, and then go get checked again. And if it's absolutely necessary, then do what you got to do.
But you'd be surprised at what castor oil can dissolve those cysts before surgery, especially if she don't go back to the doctor for a good 2 months, 3 months or so. Start that castor oil right now. Rub her down, her stomach, her back, drop it in her navel at bedtime. Tell her if she can get her castor oil pack to wrap herself with that castor oil pack and let that stuff heal. You'd be surprised. When she go back to the doctor in a few weeks, they're going to be like,
and guys,
what happened?
So, let us say, we're not doctors, so we're definitely not your doctors. And these are just conversations we're having. We're not telling you what to do. Yes. We're telling you,
do your own research.
Yeah, this is what we do or what we would do. So just, make sure you do your own research.
My hands are super cracked. Overuse of sanitizer and super strong.
A lot of people done that.
Yeah, so Psalms and their homestead. Yeah, I'm telling you, she got a calendula oil.
And be careful with that stuff, guys, because it kills your natural bacteria fighting abilities in your skin. Because if you are constantly doing it, then your body don't feel the need to actually produce it. That means you can get sick really easy. So these hand sanitizers the people are addicted to, you need to be
make your own.
Careful.
Make your own. We can make anything you can buy from the store. You can make it. And you can make it 10 times better because it's going to be less harsh or not harsh at all. It ain't going to be harmful at all. You can use it on your baby. I always talk, the only thing I say don't give the babies is honey. 18 months and older, you can use any of these products on your kids. This magnesium, you can rub your baby feet down with magnesium. They're going to sleep. Talk about sleep like a baby. When your kids are in pain, you can use pain away oil. It's natural. Yeah. It's not going to hurt them.
We'll never use chemicals in our products. We'll never use them.
Never use chemicals. And that make it healthy or safe for your family, your entire family. So definitely look into it. It is very important that we do. I need to get to the post office.
But let me say, guys, when y'all mention these these ailments, and y'all want to know what's gonna work for y'all, and we always calling out some of the stuff that we carry them for those reasons. Yeah. We only carry those products because majority of people are in need of those things.
Yeah, hormone replacement. Hormone imbalance, pain, balancing off your high blood pressure, high cholesterol, all that good stuff.
Mental, the way your body works, all that stuff. Those are what we carry, and we carry them just for those reasons because the majority of people are in need of those. Now, there are other things out there, but we think these cover most of the things that most people are in need of. So that's why we carry them. And that's why generally we could point to one of our products that actually will help. Yeah. With what you got going on.
And we try to keep things simple. That doesn't mean that's the only thing. It's a lot of things out here that can help. But we do try to keep things simple because I'm the type that if it's too much, I'm going to be like, no. Don't worry about it because this.
What kind of herb you say that was? That do this or do that?
Oh my goodness, yeah. And I'm like, spell that for me. Brain fog, again, that is the gluten in our flour, the wheat. The wheat is what causes bloat and brain fog. So, are you taking vitamins? The only vitamins we take are herbs. cayenne powder, cayenne pepper, hibiscus, hawthorn berry,
We got our magnesium.
magnesium, wild yam, which we definitely need every day. Immune booster, we use fire cider to boost our immune system or keep it strong anyway. You know, once you're immune, and rest, you have to get a proper night rest. If you don't rest, your immune system is beat down, and you'll see yourself getting sick. If you have a rough week to where you're not resting like you should because you're running and going, you will hurt yourself and you'll start getting sick. So that's when you know you need to rest and get you some fire cider. Good for UTI, corn silk. Corn silk, which is the silk, those strings from the corn. If you're shucking corn, the silk inside is the best for UTIs.
Make you a tea.
So almost all of Black's tropical products, what I've used, absolutely changed my body. I'm telling you, herbs are amazing. It's not us, Andel. It's the herb. That's what God has created for us. What can I use for leg cramps? Magnesium. Magnesium body butter. Just rub it on the bottom of your feet. You are good to go. I had cancer. My immune system is low. You need Soursop tea. Soursop tea is great if you have, or if you are battling cancer, or before you even hear the words. Soursop tea is something you want to consume. That is called our powerhouse blend. Soursop tea is what you need to.
And it is a mixture of herbs, correct?
It is
on top of soursop.
The powerhouse is just a powerful. It's let me see. Powerhouse again. This is what our tea blends look like here. Are the directions of how to make the tea. This is soursop, black seed, lemon peel, and a little bit of ginger. You won't taste the ginger. It'll taste with a soursop alone got a nice. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just a nice mellow flavor to it.
I mean, if you can find soursop on its own, which is going to be pretty hard, but and then you got to know that it's not something that's been sprayed or got issues with
for
it.
Sure.
Especially if you got a cancer or something like that, because any chemicals that's in those leaves going to affect you in a negative way. So
yeah, I take we take a teaspoon of fire cider every day. Just as a preventative. If you are sick, you need about 3 teaspoons a day. So morning, noon, and night.
It is nasty.
We do sell tea. It is. Well, Bobby doesn't like apple cider vinegar, and his sister doesn't either. But my brother-in-law loves it. I knew he would love it. I said, "Don't worry about it. Eric gonna love that." And she texted me the other night, and she was like, "You called it. Eric love it." We do sell something for memory. It's called Brain Power. If you like chocolate, you will love Brain Power. It does have Coca-Cola in it, but I do put chocolate nibs, chocolate tea. I call it chocolate tea, but it's called Brain Power. Coca-Cola, rosemary, cacao, and it's just cocoa nibs and mint, which are all good for brain power. But it'll remind you of eating a piece of chocolate, because it's mainly that's the taste you'll get is chocolate, which is good for the brain. I need to try. So Psalms love the cayenne salve, and one day she texted me and was like, I need some cayenne salve. I was like, go to the website and order it, and I send it on to you. But yeah, there are some great products there.
We work hard and we make sure we take pride in our products.
Yeah.
Guys, so just remember.
So when we get quiet for like a day or so, a day or two, it's because we restock. And Bobby just cut soap for me. I got a ton of paint away sitting on the shelf. On the thing for me to finish up. Tea blends, can't swallow apple cider vinegar. My gag reflexes take over. And that fire cider is hard. You can put it in water or something that you making. You can put it in there just so you can cut back on the apple cider vinegar, because it's harsh. But let me tell you, once you can feel that going through your body, it's like almost an instant healing, but natural healing. We can do it ourselves. We ain't got to run to the doctor to get. Now, I say go to the doctor to find out what's going on, but come home and heal yourself. So that's what's important. But all right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Can always use some brain power for your Soursop powerhouse tea. Do you drink it? Even if you're not sick? Absolutely, because it's a preventative. What the Soursop do is kill cancer cells. So it's good to prevent, so we won't have to worry about it.
And it's also amazing for anxiety.
Amazing
so
for
it calms
anxiety.
you down. I mean, it makes you. It does wonders. It does wonders. I love Soursop.
When y'all get quiet, I get an attitude. Sorry, y'all blessing to me, and I will do better with my attitude when y'all quiet. Yeah, cause we working.
Karen said
working.
she needs some pictures for the website.
Oh, of the teas.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, Karen is our assistant that y'all always talking to. She on she on YouTube side right now. So, okay, Karen. Karen be working me too, y'all.
Yo, hit them thumbs up. Give us some reactions, guys.
Yes.
Like I said, if you want to keep getting notified, you need to comment or make some kind of statement inside the chats.
Yeah, Soursop. My husband used to be really, really anxious when it come to public speaking. And even we started on YouTube, and that was public speaking to him. And he would be really anxious, and that's what I would make for him was Soursop tea.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he could feel it. As he would drink it, he could feel his anxiety level going down. Mm-hmm. And then I would have to kick him off live because he wouldn't be able to stop talking. So
and that's the thing, I stopped taking it for that reason, because once I got to a point where I was somewhat comfortable, I didn't need it. I wasn't as anxious.
Yeah, so he didn't need it as much.
Yeah, but it still does me wonders, because I'm not a natural talker. I talk when it's necessary. So to make conversation, I never was that person. And being on social media, you kind of need to talk a little bit. So my wife is great, a natural talker.
So for IBS or irritable bowel syndrome, bentonite clay is good for IBS. Again, what you do with the clay is a powder. You put 1 teaspoon in a cup and put about 4 to 8 ounces or so of water, depending on how much you want to drink. Put that on top of it. Let it sit overnight. In the morning, mix it and drink it. And you want to do that every day. So Karen, you see Ronnie said, I placed an order, but I can't find a cart to pay. So I think it's in the right-hand corner. Karen can help you with that. Thank you, Andell. I think Bobby looking at the comments on Bryceland. We appreciate you. We appreciate you all. For kidney disease. So when it comes to the kidneys, you need like a bitter herb, milk thistle is good. All the thistles are good, and you can forage for things like dandelion is good, but the kidneys they'll heal themselves. You just got to give it the right condition. Again, the foods and the products that we use always attack that condition that we may be trying to give it. So if you can try to give yourself a healthier diet, exercise, proper rest, trusting in God, being patient, and being consistent.
So Kim Stage said, thanks for the pain away all. It did help my neuropathy. I pray that it goes away at some point. So what else can she use on top of the pain away?
Well, what'll happen is over time, so use it every day, especially like some people have neuropathy flare-ups. Some people neuropathy is all the time. Mm-hmm. So use a little bit and try it 2 or 3 times a day just to keep it at bay. Eventually, you'll want to start backing off after a week. Back off to twice a day. Then back off to once a day. And you should see it not even flaring up or being there. And you'll be trying to figure out, like, is it there or not? Like some people have bone-on-bone issues or bad knees or bad shoulder, or they've had a hip replacement. And they hit it hard in the beginning, 2-3 times a day with the pain away oil. Then as time went on, they could back off of it to the point where they could, to the point where they could skip a day or two and use it twice a week or 3 times a week, you know, but you got to give yourself time to start healing, because what it'll do is it'll attack that inflamed area and it'll start reducing the inflammation, but we got to give that time to reverse.
On top of some castor oil and cayenne. Correct?
Yeah, castor oil will always help. Definitely drop that in your navel at night at bedtime, because that'll help heal while you're sleeping. We appreciate you, Shannon. Hibiscus tea, it is great for high blood pressure. Our hibiscus has a little bit of cayenne, which can be scary. You won't taste the cayenne that we put in our hibiscus. So that is hibiscus, cayenne, cinnamon, and what else? Hawthorn berry, which is great for high blood pressure. That entire blend is great for high blood pressure. You won't taste the cayenne at all. The benefits are there. Once you steep your tea, you'll get the capsaicin out of the cayenne, and it's just a herb on the back end that's gonna help. But you won't taste it at all. Karen got you straight. I'm telling you, she the best. We appreciate you, Karen. So if y'all have any questions, you know, you can always hit us up at Homestead at blacktropical.com. Our inbox is always open. We do get lost in our messages sometimes, so give us a couple days and then send it again if we don't get back with you. I have knee pain, so I go in hard in the morning with the cayenne salve, and then I put pain away on top of it. Woo-wee, I'm good for the day. When I first started, I had to do it 3 times a day. Now, so you were able to back off. I can't see the rest of the comment. So yeah, that's the thing. You got to hit it hard in the beginning, but it's all natural. So that's the blessing in these products. Even if you just use your own castor oil and cayenne pepper, hit it hard in the beginning, because the issue is there and you got to work at it to get it down, and then it should back off. Now, some things you hit it with pain away, you will be like, where has been all my life? But sometimes it do take a little time to work at it to get it back to normal, because our bodies be going through it, y'all. These people got us working like crazy. We got to learn to treat ourselves well so that we can heal ourselves. So that's what these chats are all about. Again, if you brain power, my husband for memory. So the main ingredient in our brain power herb is gotu kola. That is, oh, you can't even see it. So we have gotu kola, rosemary, cacao nibs, and mint in here. The main herb that's gonna help, well, all of them help with memory or a healthy brain. The gotu kola we'll drink gotu kola by itself for brain health. It really doesn't, to me, it doesn't have much of a taste. The chocolate is also great for a healthy brain or for the brain. So that's what you mainly taste in this brain power herb. Tea blend is the chocolate. But the gotu kola is there too. They all support each other and can help heal the brain. Do you use, so how much? 1 leaf, and all my leaves are packed up in the box with a bunch of stuff on it. 1 leaf can make you about 3 cups of tea for Soursop tea. A little bit go a long way. You can drink those 3 cups, 1 a day. You can drink all 3 cups in 1 day, or 2 and then 1 another day. But a little bit of Soursop leaves, and remember, our leaves are fresh off our trees. We just freeze dry them and they are good. Some of these leaves,
I need to go pick some today, actually.
A joke. So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, so we thought about, sourcing some from someplace else, but we found out that
they were spraying.
They spray stuff on their leaves, and we're not going to sell that to nobody.
So we don't have an Amazon shop for our products yet. Our products are found at blacktropical.com. Thank you, Kim. It is pinned on Facebook. And Karen just dropped it. Oh, I think that's Amazon.
So Amazon, the products that we do purchase and we use,
that's what we
they are in our storefront.
Yeah, it's just easier for us to say if you want to see what kind of magnesium we use. If you go to our Amazon storefront, you'll see these products that we recommend. If you want to purchase the products behind me, our products, this room getting small. If you want to purchase the products we make, such as our Pain Away, our Wild Yam, our soaps, those you can find at blacktropical.com. So, hey, Halal. Hey, y'all driving to work. Halal did a commercial. She did an ad on Facebook with our products. I was like, look at you, girl. I need to find out how to do that. Just place my order. I appreciate you. I'll get your order out. I don't know what time it is. What time is it? It'll probably be Monday.
12, almost 12.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I need to go. Y'all, we love and appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for all the thumbs up. We got 80 thumbs up on Facebook. I don't know how many on YouTube. I don't know how many on Facebook, but we appreciate y'all for all the thumbs up, all of the stars, the shares. You can heal yourself. We have to have these conversations. They're important. People might not like it, but hey, we want to live and we want y'all to live also. Life is great, especially when you feel good and when you know better, you do better. And that's what we are here to encourage you. No matter what situation you are in, you can heal yourself. It does take a little work, but we are here to work with you. We appreciate y'all. 81. Thank y'all for all the thumbs up and all the love. We're going to have more of these conversations. We'll pop on live again because we need to try pickled okra. Bobby got a Kool-Aid man smile over there.
Mika, Rita.
And then you going live today? Talk about.
Gene says he can't find our products.
Calendula oil. Where's that? Are you on YouTube?
Facebook.
Facebook is so it should be pinned.
Yeah.
Blacktropical.com. I think it's pinned at the bottom. We do sell Soursop. It's called the Powerhouse Blend. So if you look at our blends, it'll tell you what's in all of them. Soursop is in the Powerhouse Blend. Hey, Buff, we appreciate y'all. So y'all, it's beautiful outside. We got some orders going out today.
Good morning, Margaret.
If I don't get off here, they won't make it out till tomorrow because our post office closed early. But we appreciate y'all and all of the love and support. If you have any questions, you can send your questions to homestead@blacktropical.com or you can send us a message. You can send us a message, especially if it's about, if you need help with the website, send that on to homestead@blacktropical.com and we'll help you out. They go Karen on the Facebook side. Thank you, Karen. So y'all have a blessed day. Enjoy today. Fresh air is important also, and sun. Somebody was asking one day, how do I get vitamin D? I said, you got to go outside. You can't get it through the window. You got to go outside and wear a sleeveless shirt or, show some shoulders, but let that sun soak in and don't wash for about 2 or 3 hours because you don't want to wash that vitamin D off. Give your skin time to absorb it. Everything can be done naturally.
In moderation.
In moderation.
So
about 20 minutes.
Yeah, don't go out there and cook yourself and get all kind of skin cancer.
Yeah, you ain't got to go out there and go to sleep. 20 minutes. Walk around the yard, pee-roo, stand in the sun, soak it up, get your vitamin D. So y'all have an amazing day. We love and appreciate y'all. And we hope and pray that y'all don't let nobody steal your joy. There you go. Thank you, Karen. Homestead@blacktropical.com. Oh, I was asking Andale if she was going live. We need to know about your calendula. As a matter of fact, I need more calendula oil. I guess I need to email you, huh? Because you got to email Andale. Because she'll be like, no. Look, Andale said, I'm not. Okay.